sun. Welcome. I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is fucking Talking Shit with Eagle, episode 391. The Wormhole. Play the song playing in the background. And cool ass motherfucking Papa Danny. Good day. Smiley coming in all Cheddar Bob style.
What's up, man?
What up, man? What up? How you doing, man? I know you didn't hear me. Your audio was still coming on. I said, "Here comes Smiley coming in all Cheddar Bob style." Ripping off the sweatshirt. Yeah.
No, man.
What's up?
Good, I was just stuffing my face, fucking getting home.
That's such a good tune.
Yeah, it is. Legendary.
Still applies today. The way I feel too. I actually heard that like when I was 8, and that song just kind of clicked. You know what I mean? How I wanted to kind of like set the rest of the tone of the rest of my life. Like, laid back, fucking. Try to stay down to earth kind of atmosphere or tone. And it still applies to this day. Still just want to be a simple man.
I don't know, man. There's not much else to gain, you know. The simple things are where it's at. So,
So how was your day? What'd you get done today? What'd you do?
I woke up late, so that was one thing I did. Slept a little longer than I thought, but got some shit caught up. Did some running errands, run around, and hung out with the grandson for a little bit, and then off to work. I didn't get much accomplished today, so setting it up.
Grandson times, probably the most important there. You know what I mean? Gotta get that in while you can. Gotta get that shit in while you can. A, they grow up fast, and B, you just never know.
Yeah, it's fun, man. No, I started filling the garden bed, so I had some old pots I was emptying in there and shit like that. And then he's following me. I had like 8 of them, you know what I mean? So I was walking back and forth with these. He'd follow me, he'd make it about halfway, and then I'd be going the other way past him, and then he'd start walking over there. That's funny. Wasn't quite keeping up, but.
So, go ahead and talk to chat for a second. I want to go grab something. I want to show you something.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
right back.
What's up, chat? Yeah, so I was filling garden bed number 1, which I got about halfway full, and then the grandson thought it was like his play box. So he climbs right in there, and all the the soil's pretty soft or whatever, and it's got it had some of the perlite in it still this was some of the old pots I had or whatever before I really got mixed in the soil, but it was just funny right away. Now I'm gonna have to put a fence up just to keep him out of it, not just the dogs. He's gonna be wanting to play in the dang garden bed. Be planting my carrots, and he'll jump on top of them or something. Be the way it goes. But
so Smiley, I couldn't resist the urge to show you my big spicy nutsack.
Oh shit! Look at this.
Dude, look at that, man! Fucking whole sack of fucking Cajun nuts, man.
Oh really?
So look at that. Look at that. Fucking Cajun boiled fucking peanuts and shit.
Where'd you get a bag like that?
Friend. It's like, man, you want some nuts? I'm like, I like saying, what? Huh? Man, I got fucking couple boxes of these fucking things. You want some of these fucking things?
Yeah.
For real? I actually had to like, and they pull them out, and I'm like, oh no shit, for real. What the fuck, man? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I'll walk over and eat one. I'm like, man, them fuckers are good. Hell yeah, man. I'll take fucking bag of those. Fucking next thing you know, there's fucking sack of nuts sitting in my passenger seat.
That's awesome though. That'll keep you busy for a while. It's gonna get you fat, man. All them nuts will get you fat real quick. I got into
Oh,
that.
don't say that. I've had handfuls today, just handfuls of them fucking
Yeah.
shells and all. I eat the shells and all, Smiley. You eat the shells?
No, but I used to eat the sunflower seeds. Sit there and chew on sunflower seeds all day. And holy shit, them things will make you fat quick too, man. It's like there's a lot of protein and fats in them, you know what I mean? So they're pretty good energy source in themselves. So yeah, it's like anything. It's funny though. Keep you busy for a while.
Correct. Yeah, they are a good source of quick pick me up for energy, and good source of like raw sugar, I guess, or carbohydrates, I should say. Actually, anytime that I'm not, I'd say I'm diabetic for 100%, but I show like a ton of signs and I never get checked. Sometimes I get that tunnel vision, I fall out, start getting the shakes a little bit if I push it too far, start getting a little goofy sometimes. But I usually keep some butter crackers in the truck, and them things usually quick pick me up until I can get a meal in me or whatever. But now I'm gonna keep a little stash in the little fucking in the little fucking stash right there, armrest. When I start falling, a little handful of nuts. That don't even sound right. I gotta take that back. Oh shit.
I was gonna
But yeah.
too.
No. So yeah, man, today started off kind of, man, I fucking took off, started this fucking floor job. And I knew this toilet had been leaking for a minute, and fucking, man, I pulled back the flooring, and it was fucking sopping wet. And I take my knife, which is a little 90 carpenter's tool, great for trim, all around shit. And I just like stick it into the wood, and I just like, and there's fucking, they put a layer of, there was 3 layers of like wood, flooring, wood, soaked all the way through, the way through. And I could like take my knife and just like this sheet, like slide it across the vinyl that was under, no fucking resistance at all, man. I fucking taking this floor out. And I just sit there for a minute and I fucking shake my head in disbelief and fucking kind of gather my thoughts and go, oh, fuck, I'm in now. So I fucking pull it back and start getting into it a little bit. It was a mess. Everything was rotted. All 3 layers. Had to pull out a 4x4 hunk, sister up some joists just to make sure everything was some fucking good. And when I fucking pull out, I go around the toilet there, and fucking they didn't even glue there's like the 90, the swoop, and then the toilet flange. They didn't even glue that. It came out effortlessly. So who knows? And it looked like it had been like splashing over. I don't even know if it was ever connected.
That's correct.
So, oh man, that's headache one. So I take all that shit out. I repair it. Everything's good. I put 1 layer of flooring back in there, and I realized, man, that shit is just. So I take some floor leveler. I go buy some floor leveler, put it in there. Beautiful, nice, flat, level. Beautiful. Ready for the next layer. The one that I had put 1/4 inch over top of that to bring it up with the last layer of floor so I could put my floor up. So I go over and I pull out the vanity. I start taking out the vanity, take off the top, disassemble the drain, and I no sooner like I undo. You know how there's that P trap there or J right there. I undo that. What happens? The drain pipe goes like this, Smiley. I'm like, oh, so that's not connected to anything.
Explains
So
why it's all
I
wet
pull,
there, though.
yeah. I pull out the fucking vanity, and then it's like goes like from the vanity down and then into the floor. Well, where it goes 90 into the floor, it was fucking never connected. There had to been like an eighth inch or whatever. It was like flowing in and going around, flowing
Oh my
in and going
God.
around.
So the
I
whole
don't know
time
for
they
how
used that
long.
sink, it never had a
Yeah,
and they never seen it dripping through
no,
the floor.
no, because it was through layers of vinyl. It was just getting soft and wet and soft and wet, and soft and wet. Yeah, big old fucking mess.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So that job just got like instantly more. You know what I mean? I had to tear out more shit.
Yeah,
And
no
I got
shit.
more plumbing to fix up. You know,
Now you're can of worms.
but
You know? Fuck.
yeah, I know, but man, it sure does make for a long day. It was supposed to be go in, pull the toilet, scab it in real quick. You know what I mean? Pull the vanity, start throwing down some flooring. Nah, it wasn't that like that. Well, I wasn't like that. I didn't get home tonight until like 10 o'clock.
Oh
10
damn.
o'clock. And then fucking I had 6 o'clock this morning, or not even that, after I got out the show last night, or it might have even been before. I'm not going to mention no names because I don't want to, no hard feelings because it's partly mine, partly them. You know what I mean? I throw out I usually the night before, the day before, I try to get that confirmation. Tomorrow, question mark, tonight. If it's like in this case, 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, tonight, prayer hands, question mark. You know what I mean? I'm checking it all fucking day, all day long. Every time I take a break, I'm like, nothing, shit. You know what I mean? Nothing. Shit. I'm thinking, I ain't got a fucking guess tonight. They ain't fucking coming. They ain't fucking coming. Come home. It's about 10, 15, something like that. Have a quick bite to eat. And then fucking check phone, nothing. Check the phone, nothing. I'm like, fuck, look like I ain't got a guest tonight. So I've got it set in my head, no guests. Right? So I fucking set an alarm, fucking half hour. I'm gonna take me a quick little nap and I'm gonna get up and do some garden work and I'll do wormhole at fucking 2:30. So I fucking set me a half hour fucking timer and I fall back right in this here chair, my neck pillow. Ah, gotta love the neck pillow. Fucking wake up, look at the phone, fucking 11:27. 11:27. We doing this? No. That's after I woke up and looked at the message at 11:48. So kind of partly me thinking I didn't have a guest and the guest did not confirming until 11:28 that they were going to be here. So that's what happened to tonight's guest. At that point, I was like half awake. I looked at the phone and actually hit this. I actually looked at the phone and went, snooze, another fucking 20 minutes. Back in the chair. Then got back up about like 12:30 and I was like, yeah, this shit ain't happening right now. I gotta fucking have a cup of coffee, get up, get some shit done. So I ended up having a cup of coffee, start doing a little IPM behind me. Hopefully we can reschedule and confirm for another episode
Yeah.
down the
That
road.
shit happens, man. Little confusions. So
Well, I like that confirmation, as soon as I can, so I can start advertising, putting it out there who's going to be there that day, you know. And I do it as soon as I get the confirmation. If I don't get no confirmation, I start to think there ain't going to be no guest. I've been stood up too many times. Too many times.
Especially when you start throwing the ad out there and shit.
Yeah.
Start letting people know about it.
Yeah, then it gets more of a bummer. Then it looks bad both on myself and it kind of reflects on the guests a little bit because they know who didn't show up. You know what I mean? And so that's why I just wait till I get some confirmation. So everybody knows. I didn't know that I just
Right?
ran with it today. Just ran with it today.
Just running with
I'm
it.
in a pretty good mood though.
That's
All
good.
in all.
Me too, man. Got all the shit I had planned for tonight done, so checking them off. Except now I got to figure out what clones to transplant. You ever have that problem where you got like, so many slots? Let's just use 10, and you got 15 viable ones that are all ready to rock. Need transplanting, not just ready to rock. They're in need of it, and you got to fucking decide. Well, sorry, ladies, there's like 6 of y'all that ain't gonna make this cut. That's the position I'm in.
So what do you do with them? So do you plant them up and then throw them back and then do like I do, brutally manipulate them later on? Or do you just cutthroat them bitches and
I've been
see
setting
you
them
next
off
round?
to the side, so yeah, I got like a 4 foot by 8 foot space off to the side. There's no lights over it. It's just kind of off to the side of one of the rows, so it gets some lighting. It's like side lighting from some of the CMH bulbs. But anyway, I'll set them over there. They do okay over there, but they slowly kind of degrade into the stressed out plant that's not getting what it needs. And then, but before that happens, I try to get a clone from them, and then buys me a little bit of time to try to figure out if it's a cut. I don't know. Maybe I'm bad about that, but I just like to take it slow. I'm gonna pick which one. Like I still got a couple of the jelly beans, but I just harvested, so I'm not really sure what pheno I want. I kind of know, what I mean? So it's like I got all these, 3 versions of jelly bean right there that I'm trying to figure out, So it's like, and then if you got 2 to 4 cuts of each, all of a sudden you're fucking pretty good chunk of plants there. Kind of need to.
Boy, I got a couple different phenos of this Tiger King, and the fucking Tiger King brought the pine. Oof, oof. Got one like a lemon pine, one
Nice.
like a pine. I didn't even expect that. I still don't know what the fuck the genetics are on that Tiger King. I just, it was sent by White Feather. I thought he was a cool motherfucker. I thought it was funny that they owned the Tiger King strain. Totally had to run with it, and man, I think that's gonna be like a gift. To be honest,
Maybe he knew that. Maybe that's why he sent it to you, because he knew it was gonna be a pine thing. But well, it's kind of cool though. It's ironic how that always works. Like you can hunt and try to pick out genetics and ones you think are gonna be it, and then it's like that one fucking bag seed or one you didn't expect. You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit, that's the one.
and between that and some of the other stuff, the Cholombium and some of the other strains I got popping around in here, man, it's gonna be fucking pine up in here, man. I'm gonna blend right in with my surroundings. You'll never know I'm fucking other than yeah, other than the occasional telltales in the yard, man. You can fucking just I'm still out in the fucking woods.
Right.
So the pines are kicking around here.
Everybody's like hitting your weed, like, dang, Eagle, it's got pine in it. And you're gonna be like, yeah, that's my terroir.
Yeah, there you go. Right on.
I dig it though. You'll be sick of pine before you get through all these.
Man, that'll be a long ride. I hope not. I can't see that. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Cheers, Jack.
You like it that
Uh,
much? That's gonna be all you're gonna smoke? The pine.
No, but I think it's one of them things that's been so coveted for so long, to get back into the garden that even if I get sick of it, I'll bear through. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll stuff
I'm
her
sure there'll be
aside.
subtle differences too. It's not just gonna be all straight up the same shit. So, sure there'll be differences.
Right.
It's like differences in OGs and stuff like that, right?
I
Shadow on
don't know. I'm
pine.
excited though.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. That's cool. Should be interesting. You got them.
Maybe a
You got them
jungle.
drying right now. You said, or you got them in flower right now?
Oh, they're in flower right now. They're great. Right there. Wow. Where's
Boom.
my lens? Where's the lens? I can't find the lens, but hopefully this works.
Roll that beautiful bud footage.
All right. Slightly see him there.
Yeah, we see him. Looks good. Oh yeah, man, you're getting shit rocking and rolling in there. Starting to get caught up
Looking,
or what? Probably
yeah,
not.
it's actually.
Though.
Probably
not.
I'm getting back to. It's gonna be. We'll be back to where these things are all packed again. This line, I sprayed them earlier. That's where IPM sprayed them down with the neem oil before they go back into that tent. So they're ready to be stuffed in there. So this tent's pretty much full. About another 4 weeks on this tent. We're at 3 here. We're in 2 back here. Week 1 back there. These will be going into flower in the next day or so. So all tents will be in flower. We'll be back into the area that you don't see behind me in full veg with these in back up. On deck again. We got Columbians back here and comes all next rounds ready to go. Here are the Columbium, as a matter of fact, and they're 1 gallon up pots already.
Oh damn, these are bigger.
Yeah, they're kicking along, getting ready to. They go back behind the light, behind the camera there. I just took them out, gave them a quick water in. Clones here. Actually, I need to do a little de-leafing tonight. Mop down this floor, and I doubt I'll probably make it to washing down the corner tonight. But it needs to be done, so I can take some cuts. So
there you go, boys.
Back to taking pride in the garden again.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny. Blessing me on my sneeze. That's funny because they used to think that you would sneeze if you were possessed or some shit like that. Isn't that why people
three in a row. 3 in a row, according to somebody I know, you're possessed.
Huh.
I'd never understood it, but yeah. Or because I sneeze in threes a lot. I sneeze in threes a lot. You fucking freak.
Oh.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
So what about the sneeze? What about the fits? Like, say, I have allergies like fucking crazy. Like crazy. I used to have hay fever, just terrible, where I'd fucking get into like being around like a hay field, or man, there's a few times where I've come close to about dying baling hay. Holy shit, stacking a barn. eyes all swelled up, man. I go into like sneezing fits that last 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Achoo, achoo, achoo. Right after another, man, my eyes be about shut. Oh
Not all
shit,
hanging down
sucks.
and shit.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Seems to be
Smeared
better
all
the
over your
last few
face.
years, or it's been a light few years. I don't know, but it does get bad, man. It gets terribly bad. I've always been thankful. Thank goodness, thank spirit, thank everything that I have yet to come. Like some people actually grow an allergic with the same type of allergies I got, become allergic to cannabis in time. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And I'm so lucky I have that hasn't been me. I don't know what I'd do if my favorite plant turned against me or my body turned against my favorite plant.
I've heard a few people, man, that's the thing, dude. Like they gotta really wear skin protection, like in their pruning and stuff, or they'll break out big time. Something about it. I don't know. I've noticed it at times where I'll get like little red dots starting on, you know, not necessarily my
Yeah.
hands, but like the underside of my forearm. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of like softer skin or whatever. I'll start to notice some red dots after I'm like in there, really leaf strip trimming or pruning or whatever, really getting after them.
Yeah, I do too. I that's why you've probably seen me when I de-leaf. I glove when I de-leaf just to help save on a little bit of that around the wrist and shit, get a little itchy and that kind of shit.
They'll probably pop up ads more often now, but I've been seeing them on Instagram for that, where they got the trimmer's armor. They got like a kick-ass apron they designed for trimming, and then they got those sleeves that cover your forearms. They'll go like right up over your elbow or whatever for just to keep your skin covered when you're pruning or whatever. I always thought those would be kind of a kick-ass little thing, but probably get hot real quick too. But I don't know.
Right. I seen that Diego had one I was a little jealous of, or Doggo. I still call him Diego when whatever. Whatever.
What?
Doggo. I was flipping through Instagram yesterday and he had on like a leather one with two, it was all custom with two like pockets that were like perfect for gardening and shit. I was like, oh, that is just fucking too sweet. Looked like it had to be like 3/8 thick, man. Shit. I was like, when it comes to shit like that, man, I kind of get sucked in a little bit by leather. But man, I bought, even to this day, nail bags. Like I judge the quality of leather terribly, man. I had a fucking pair of DeWalt nail bags that had the like same type of leather that I'm talking about. I'm sure Diego's apron was made of. It took 10 years to break in them fucking packs. 10 fucking years of wearing them every fucking day, full of fucking nails before, like, because they were like fluffy, you know what I mean? All hard and rigid.
Yeah.
Before the actual nails, they got soft and like sagged from the weight, nails and shit. It took almost 10 fucking years before they finally broke in. I'd actually have to like push them in when I went into a doorway. They were so fucking hard. I'd have to go or kind of like walk sideways, you know, through the doorway so I wasn't brushing up against the jambs of the doors. But man, them things were built to last.
It's nice. I did this, or I ordered the rest of the stuff to finish the blue soak tape for the veg veg side or whatever. I was going through again, Eagle, and I got the drippers. I don't know if you've seen those, where they're like, I got like 5 drip points, but the fucking roots and like the mycelium and like all kinds of shit just grows right up into those because it's like a threadable piece. The roots will grow right around the threads and down into it, all the way into the hose. There's like a 3 millimeter hose that connects them. It'll plug up that fucking hose. So, like routinely, when I rotate the rows, I got to go through there, and I basically, when I reset the watering system, I reset all the sensors, make sure there's no bubbles in them and shit like that, and then I'll go through and make sure I got to check all those links. So 5 different drippers, I take them apart, make sure they drip, and fucking make sure they got water the line ain't plugged or whatever to them. You know what I mean? So I'm like doing that, and I'm like, fuck this. So I'm ordering those soaker hose because they can't plug that shit. It's all just like a porous hose or whatever. They can't plug it. You know, you can like bury the damn thing. So
You know, I'm sure there's a lot of time between what you just described, but man, it just sounds like work. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot of leeway, but how often do you like have to actually reset the things or check each one to make sure everything's working? Stuff like that. It doesn't surprise me that roots are seeking that water source and just jamming that shit up.
it's nuts, Eagle. They'll build like a thumb underneath. Like the roots they'll grow right up out of the ground, just interweaving over each other like that. It'll be like a big thumb pushing out underneath. I got pictures of them actually eating those drippers too. They'll like grow right around them. It's fucking crazy, but yeah, it is. It's a pain in the ass. I've had to with those drippers. There's a lot more maintenance. You gotta be up on those. But with the soak tape, you don't have to as much. And then switching from a gravity feed reservoir to actually a pressurized feed for the soak tape has been like dramatically night and day different. Way better results. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll have that all switched over because I did flower room recently, and then I've been working that like for the last, I don't know, probably month and a half or so, and it's been working really well. So now I'm like, all right, let's do it all. It's not the cheapest thing, man. Start getting, talking numbers of pots. All of a sudden, it's like, it's a little different when you got to buy a half dozen of something. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll see you get up around 50 of them fuckers, and you're like, damn, that price got pretty expensive real quick.
At that point, I'm always asking for a discount. I just bought 50 of these motherfuckers. You ain't got a price just break for me or something.
Problem
So,
nowadays,
oh
50
shit.
shit for them. 50 is a fucking small order. And they're like, yeah, our discounts start at 4,000.
Gotta let me in somewhere. Gotta let me in somewhere. So, did you happen to check out that video I sent you there from old Gaia?
I did, yeah.
That that was kind of cool. That so, how do you think that works with them? Kind of not being numb to their surroundings, but not being able to. It's like it says. They don't necessarily have nerves, so how can they be numb to the surrounding if they're not necessarily conscious?
I think it's blocking some of their response. Yeah, that was kind of interesting because they don't have a central nervous system, So, like, why would an anesthetic affect them in the same way? It was pretty interesting. The Venus flytrap, it didn't trigger, and what was the other one? It didn't respond after being dosed.
Well, it was as soon as it wore off too, it just snapped back to vigor. After the anesthesia wore off. That was just so that's why they're like, so if it's temporarily numb to its surroundings, where they say on it how it works on us is it is blocking our consciousness, basically. So it has to be working in a similar effect on them, right? It's basically what they were saying. I mean, they've got to be conscious to their surroundings somehow. And if you're blocking that somehow, well, it only proves like they're conscious. That it's not because they only did like in the Venus flytrap, they only applied the anesthesia to the one trap. It made the one numb, and then the others did not. You know what I mean? So it could have still functioned. I mean, if it didn't have like a nervous system or it didn't affect the whole plant, the other ones should have closed by theory, you would think. But by applying it to that one, it made the whole plant numb to its surroundings. I thought it was somewhat interesting.
No doubt. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what to make of it because I kind of looked at it too, like from the human perspective of like if blocking pain is basically disconnecting you from like consciousness, right? Is kind of what they're getting at as the anesthetic is, like so basically to be conscious is to be feeling pain. Is that I don't know. Is that kind of a weird take on that or what? Like I don't know. Like without feeling pain, you really wouldn't be conscious. Is that kind of the? I don't know.
I don't know without feeling in general, not necessarily pain. I
Yeah.
guess that's was.
Yeah, because you'd
It
be numb
isn't
to
just.
everything. I guess true. You wouldn't have any feeling, right? It wouldn't be pain. I don't know. It's kind of interesting though. It was a short little thing. I'm not a big fan when they type all that shit. I'd rather hear them talk. Hear somebody talk. You know,
I agree.
it's like
Yeah,
now
I do. I agree.
I gotta read something. What the fuck? Especially if it's small print. I'm just like, no, I'm done. If it pops up and it's super small print, I ain't even fucking trying. Like, I'll move on. There's a different video.
Especially if you're like trying to work and do it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm watching something else.
Yeah.
That's the video right there that we're talking about. If you're interested in checking out what we're talking about, that's the video right there.
Yeah, there's a lot we don't understand about plants and humans and the whole world around us and why things are certain ways, We can guess and theorize, but we definitely don't have any kind of full understanding of it by any means. So, interesting.
So wouldn't it be a crazy world if we fucking actually kind of unlock that shit and we really figure out that they've been in control the whole time, laughing at us and shit, just like another pest. You know what I mean?
I don't know,
When
man.
are these
You're
guys
you're
gonna
in there
fucking
taking care of them
quit?
like babies. They're your babies. You're in there taking care of every need they have. Make sure they don't got bugs. Make sure they got plenty to eat. Like warm temperatures. Like I don't know. They got it pretty good, if you ask me. Like I don't know.
This in particular plant, but not all. I mean,
Right? You just got to remind them. You girls could be outside. It's like 40 degrees out right now. You better be thankful that I got you in here.
yeah, there was actually a freeze warning today up here anyway.
Oh yeah, see, girls, they can hear us. You know, could have been frozen. Guilt trip them into loving on you. You go. Watch you get the biggest yield after you guilt trip them the whole time. Like, do you girls know how much it costs me to have you in here? I mean, it could be outside where it's cold.
Bring in them ones that I put out like a month ago. You see what happens when they go outside?
Right?
This is what happens.
Bring them back in to tell the story. Shit. Do you want to be next? Do you want to be next? Better start throwing that yield out. It's like emotional manipulation of them. You're like manipulating them emotionally into giving you bigger yields. Like, what's your trick, man? How'd you get 4 a light? Like, dude, you gotta guilt trip them bitches into that shit. Yeah, guilt trip.
Well, it starts by taping the power bell on the tent wall. I just tape receipts to the inside of the tent.
Right? That's funny shit. You know what though? I mean, I wonder how much that fucking is true, right? Like they're just thankful. I'm just happy to be in here where it's paradise every day.
Oh man, take them outside, show them my truck.
Right?
You guys gotta buck up for the truck. Come on.
You just showed how they're conscious, so that would mean they got, we can fuck with them now, right?
So if that be the case, would it like could like just instead of music, stories or perhaps videos instead of like songs, switch it over to like the old Sally Struthers commercials that we used to see. Could you
Some
help a
Stuart.
kid like me come into the room and be like, "Don't you guys want to help that kid? Produce. We want to help."
That's funny. Pleading with him. But though, I mean, there's a lot to that, right? Like it's the vibe. We've talked about that often. Like the vibe that you're carrying into the garden or whatever. And even those studies too, where they not studies but experiments, I guess, where they do those side by sides, and you fucking cuss one of the plants out, or one of the. I think the one I seen, they did it with cooked rice or whatever. And then they'd cuss the one out and it turned all rotten, and then the other one they talk sweet to and tell it good things and nice things, and it actually like fermented into like this sweet, like I don't know, man. How do you explain that kind of shit? You know what I mean? Like that's pretty fucking wild, because they can do that with plants too. Like make them, make them sad. They feel like shit and they die. Like you literally make them depressed. You're on mute, too.
I sure hope that's not the case, because if that's the case, this whole tent right here, this one right here, one the Tiger Kings are in, the one I showed right now, that whole tent's probably all mad at me right now, because I went from girl to girl yesterday, de-leafing. Oh, you smell good. Yeah, kind of hugging and loving on it, spending time. Then like pushed it right to the side and was like, "Oh, you." They're like, "That two-faced motherfucker just told me I was the one." I seen him shaking your brain. Just what the fuck? So
they're getting jealous.
Yeah. That one pine one I had all woof. They were really probably jealous of her, because I was all like grunting and everything, man. That girl had me all worked up. Jeez.
Maybe you can work that to your advantage too. Get them. Hey, man, you wanna impress Daddy? You gotta get up on your game. They're all gonna start throwing some pine. Like,
Start
it's fine
slapping
then.
pots and shit. Why's your pots got all those fucking handprints on them? That girl.
Oh shit, that's too funny. I bet though, man. I bet there's a lot to that. Like, I like to tell them they're pretty, just in case, Girls like to hear that they're pretty and some of that stuff.
For sure.
I don't know if bringing them flowers would be the best thing, but maybe.
Yeah. No, what kind of flower would you bring, Candace?
I don't know. I have to think on that one. What kind of flower do you think you'd enjoy?
Right off the top of my head, and I don't know why I want to say mint.
What?
That's not a flower. That's just a plant.
Mint?
Wow. That's just, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't think they necessarily want a flower because they're a flower. They flower. I think they want just like a plant. Just instinct. I don't know why. On first answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like the
you got to think. We're talking about women here, Smiley. We're talking about females. They do want another female is not going to want you to bring something or have something next to her that could or might be prettier than they are. That's my thought.
Oh.
So, you couldn't bring them a flower. You want them like a plant or something they can appreciate, but not be better than that.
All right. I don't know. I'm gonna start growing flowers next to them though, and see which ones they like. We'll start an experiment with it.
It'd help. I think they'd like it.
Possibly. Yeah, I don't know.
Man. I do need to take some clones here. That's probably about the biggest area I've been slacking in as of late is the clones. Next rounders. I've been like fucking fuck it. I'll just pop new ones. New strain. Sometimes there's been a lot of shit I'm like, oh shit, I take clones of that. Fuck it. I'm just
Yeah, that's the boat. I gotta make sure I got cuts of all the keeper ones and whatever. That's the maddening part of it all, man. Like trying to juggle all that shit. It's like fuck. That's where having like 4 cuts is nice, and then you're just flipping those 4. Like, oh yeah, I got plenty. Never gonna run out of that one.
I mean, 4 cuts ain't enough, I don't think. It's not enough variety. It really is.
No. What do you think the ideal variety number would be?
I want to say again, like 12.
Really? So if you had,
I want to have 4 different flavors for every month. So, like, say if I'm smoking for this month, I want next month to be completely different. So, I guess there would be like a 3 flower stagger there, kind of like I run now. So, I'd like start 4 one kind, let them go a month, start 4 more the next month, and then throw in. So, it's like boom, 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 then repeating, boom, 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 repeat. I think I'd want that big of a because I just like once I smoked something for like a solid month, and even though it might be 4, I still smoke quite heavily. I want to break it for like a month or 2 from it, then come back to it.
huh,
You know what I mean? So I want like a 2-month stagger between
you
what I'm
smoke
smoking
one?
right now.
You smoke just one kind for a solid month?
Oh God, no,
Oh, I was gonna say
no,
I
no, no.
don't smoke one kind at all throughout the whole day.
It's, no, that's even just mixing the 4 though. I really believe I can really play out 4 strains in a
Okay,
month.
I could see that. I could kind of see that. Yeah, I don't know. I think 4 you could get through. So yeah, 12 to 16 different kinds. You could rotate between 4 every week, and have every week have a different 4. Might be kind of all right. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. I definitely think it's up around that 8 to 12 though, for sure.
That's why it makes a desert island question so hard, man. I can't even nail it down to fucking 12. Somebody
Right,
wants
we're
me to
talking
nail
a
it down
baker's
to
dozen
1.
here. You want one? Fuck. I'm talking the dirty dozen, man.
Yeah. That guy can't farm or what? Shit, why's it gotta be 1?
I would imagine though, if you started with a few different, different ends of the genetic spectrum, so to speak, you could start on a desert island with 4 strains and come up with all kinds of crazy shit from there. You know what I mean? Start breeding and interbreeding and all that. That'd be fun. Except you'd be the only one to
My
enjoy it.
my luck, I'd fucking take that 1 strain. Oh yeah, I want that fucking Northern Lights #5. I'm gonna take that shit with me. I'd take it to where I remember that island I'm stuck with, and I'm sure it'd be with my luck because of the environment, be like a whole opposite different turf. brought out from the environment than what I'm looking for. And then I'd be like stuck with like lemon.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not the pine. He's off this. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and on the tropical island, it's going to be way different. Right? That's funny. Start experimenting with different spots on the island, trying to get it to have the right terroir and the microclimates and shit. All to get your
I think
pine.
Gilligan's Island would have been much different if Gilligan pocketed a fucking sack. Back then, I'm sure Gilligan would have had fucking seeds. Get to fucking Gilligan's Island, bag soaked with fucking from swimming in. He just kind of throws it out, fucking seeds.
At least
Get some going.
Figured you to know.
Right? You think that would have changed the whole tone? The whole tone of the Gilligan's Island.
I think it would have helped Tom Hanks out too. I mean, you know, found a landrace stash on his island. Maybe some shrooms. He would have been all right, man. He's over there licking toads for fucking half a year. They find him, he's tripping out so bad.
Wouldn't that be the luck right there? Just be tripping balls. The one day your fucking rescue comes in and shit.
Hey. All you
Take
see
off running in disbelief or
you see an army of lizard people trying to get you. No, buddy. Hey, wait, we're here. Yeah, I gotta find my joint. I don't know where mine are.
Cough there.
I got some platinum cake and some Ghost OG that I heard was not Ghost OG. So I don't know what to do now. What do you do in a case like that where you get a quote unquote real cut of something, and then later on somebody that knows the real cut says no, that's not the real cut. So then what do you call it?
So I think it could go back to what we were talking about earlier about that desert island or the island in general. Who's to say that it isn't the ghost, and because of your environment, it's just tweaked it out a little bit.
Right.
Just like Jack when he sent me the J1. You know what I mean? Pine. You know, when it got here, it was more like I want to say like a dragon fruit. You know, I ran it a couple of times, and dragon fruit like stayed more persistent than anything would be. I never really got that pine. So who's to say that your environment, the organics that you run, you know what I mean, haven't just brought something out in it that person just hasn't seen in the Ghost OG. Something else, one in particular terp stands out a little bit better. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, yeah. Might be.
How credible was the source? I mean,
Well,
would you
like
say
even
that super credible?
No. Not anything I could lay money on, but then you look at too like the results of those grow off competitions where like everybody gets the same cut, and then if there's 20 contestants, there's 20 different looking buds on that. When they have you ever seen those where they have the picture with all the different entries or whatever? You'd think there were 20 different strains.
I agree. Environment plays a big factor in a lot of that shit. So I believe that. I can really believe that. Heat, I mean, just heat alone. You know what I mean? If it's too hot, you get a looser bud, a larvier bud. I mean, strain to strain. I would say, yeah. There could be quite a few differences.
Nutrients too. That was pretty interesting. I don't know. Yeah, you probably didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, but somebody in chat did the Kiss Organics podcast. the guy that was talking was had all the wallpaper of academics or whatever. He's like PhD, all that shit. But he studied plant hormones through the 80s and stuff. But outside of the hormones, he was talking about a plant you can control plant response by temperature, day to night temperature differentials. You can, it was fucking wild. You have to go back and listen to it, but it was something like if you're like say your day temp was like 68 or whatever, then you'd want your night temp to be like 72. And like that would induce like whatever the closest internodal spacing you could get without having any hormone application. Yeah, he talks about like 2 or 3 different tricks like that. I don't know. So pretty cool though.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to listen to that yet. And I have to be in the right state of mind to fucking kind of jump into the organics for all. You know what I mean?
I had to listen to it twice, man. He covers so much. So and it's like an hour and 10 or 15 minutes, you know, and he just covers so much. It's unreal. Unreal.
It's lately it's been in the oddest times. I've been like wanting to listen to shit like that. Like when I've been working. I've been listening to fucking instead of usually like while I'm working, I've been rock, rocking out loud. Lately it's been listening to fucking audio about gardening and shit like that. Fucking, it's odd. It seems a little odd, but it does make the day seem a little bit faster.
With music versus podcasts.
No, the podcast is versus the music.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, the podcasts always seem to make it go faster. You get in the conversation and time just flies, especially like when you're pruning or something. For whatever reason, music, I think in the back of your head or in my head anyway, I think of like each song as like 3 to 5 minutes. And I think the number of songs fucking triggers in the back of my head. And I'm like, oh, fucking break time. It's been 6 songs or whatever. And, you know,
It's a very good observation. I think you're onto something there because I do the same thing. It's 3 to 5 minutes. Each song. It's got to be close to this. I
yeah.
used to do that when I used to do my morning stuff, which I get back to. Man, starting to get some fucking fat gut that I ain't even enjoying. But I used to do that because I'd do a half hour sit ups every fucking morning. And I wouldn't even fucking set alarm. I would fucking like basically same thing. It's been X amount of fucking songs. Maybe I should look over to see how long it's been. That's the way I always used to do it. Though. Songs get into that like a certain way. You definitely knew how long the song was too.
Sorry, reading chat, trying to catch up a little bits.
Last night I said Stony Rockefeller was supposed to be tonight, but Stony Rockefeller is what would be tonight. I don't feel like I have to confirm with Stony. 100%.
Cool.
Looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah, it will be cool. Definitely be interesting.
This joint's burned all this long, man. Still smoking this fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking right now I've been one of my favorites that's in the garden right now is probably the Twisted TK. It's pretty good.
What's it twisted with?
That is I am terrible at fucking memorizing that shit. As I get older, it seems to be worse and worse. want to say it's the my canopy that
Excuse me.
which is a Florida town, which I know I'm probably saying wrong.
Mike Hunt. Is that what you said?
My canopy. Twisted TK is TK times Twisted Manja, MARANJA, Manja, Twisted Manja.
I don't mess with 12. Do you mess with light schedulings past 12:12?
I have a little bit. I've tried 11, 13, both ways. 11 on, and then I've even tried them with 13 on 11. I actually do see more of a benefit for running on the shorter side than the longer side, to be honest with you. But I still run 12, 12. It's just easier. Just easier for the on and off. You know what I mean? It's hard to make two different cycles because usually, and I need to before summer gets into full swing here, I've got to take the LED side of things that run better during the hotter day cycle. You know what I mean? They do better. So these will be running at during the day here soon. So I'm gonna have to at some point shut these down for 24 hours and then uh, make them run during. If I were doing like 11, 13, again, it'd fuck that up because at that point it's an on and off thing. These will be on, those will be off. Open the tents, close the tents. Open the close tents. If they were like in a deviated schedule like that, that would fuck up that system, man. I'd be back and forth all fucking day long. Time to open the tents. Time to close the tents. Time to open the tents. Oh man, yeah. 12, 12. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, brother?
How you doing? I figured I'd stop on and smoke out with you guys. So I put a bid on today for a light, a Spider Farmer 4000.
Yeah.
And when I first bid on it early this morning, it was $35. So I put a bid on a little bit this afternoon. I came on and checked it out, and it had gone up to $100. So I went ahead and I put 115, and I had that bid for a long time. And then later on in the evening, when it was getting close to close time, well, there was a couple of guys that got on there and they did a bidding war, and they bumped that sucker up to $200. And but this thing's brand new. I mean, it's got the knob, to adjust the dimmer knob and everything. So I went ahead and threw another bid out there for $225, and I got it. So this is a brand new light that normally goes for $599, and I got it for $225. Pretty good deal. And I've been wanting to get another light to increase the development in my tent. So this is perfect. Ended up working out good. So I'll have to go hungry for a little bit. And then that kind of money.
Yeah, no shit, Johnny. Breaking the bank, man. I was expecting you to say that you got 2 of them for that price or some shit.
Oh, it's not always like that. This is a brand new light, though. A Spider Farmer 4000. That's a $600 light without taxes.
I don't know what the rating. I guess I'm not sure what the models are. I can't picture them by what you're saying. But is that a bar style or a board?
It's a board.
Board. And then
Yeah.
what kind of
It's a
wattage?
quantum.
What kind of wattage does it run?
I'm not sure. I think it's like something like that, close to 400 watts.
Is it like trying their replica of the HLG board or something?
No, I think there's 7,000 is more of a replica of the HLG.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's 7,000 is more like the HLG, I would say. This is more just it's 21 by 26 inches, and it's just full of diodes, and they're quality diodes. So I've got a Spider Farmer 1000. Man, that sucker it produced well, you know. And I had that inside my little grow box, my washing machine grow box that I built, and I did a couple of autos inside there, and it just killed those. I mean, it just really produced well inside there.
I was gonna say that's not good if it just killed them.
Oh no, it didn't kill them. It produced. I mean, it got a lot of trichomes all over it. It really got thick with the buds, and, you know, so it knocked it out of the park more or less. And that's something that I've been wanting to get was a Spider Farmer 4000.
That was the model you were looking for too. That's cool.
Actually, yes, yeah. So, you know, for
Ancient Soul Grown wants to know what's the coverage of that light, John.
I would easily say a 5x5, no problem. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say being able to flower in a 5x5 without too much of an issue, because I'd have it up high, and it spreads out nice, and it's got a great light spectrum on it, which I've liked it all. You know, for my Spider Farmer 1000, it's just going to be 4 times the amount of that, you know. And it runs, I would say, right about 98 watts, right around there. What it runs off of.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's cool. I had an opportunity to go for another TS 2000 or a TL 2000, which is the Mars Hydro, but I didn't want another one of those. I wanted the 4000 because it's a better quality, I think. That's my opinion, anyways. And I want to say Hawaii Sustainable. Right on, man. We're glad you made that through. He had a epilepsy attack today.
Oh man.
Who did? Johnny?
Hawaii Sustainable.
Oh shit.
That shit's scary.
Yeah. Man, I seen I was going through some stuff on IG today, and I saw a little boy that was going through. He couldn't have been 6, you know, just a little kid, and he was having an epilepsy attack, and his dad gave him some RSO up under the lips and down below, and massaged it in, and it wasn't more than just a few, maybe a couple of minute episode, maybe a half, but oh man, it was scary. I mean, so man, that would not be a fun thing to go through. Let's just put it that way.
Nah, man, it's a scary deal all around. Even witnessing.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I saw it, it just freaked me out.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, even if you don't know the person, when you know what I mean, and you witness it happen, and it's scary, dude. It's like, I do anyway.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it was something else. I'd never seen an up close personal look of something like that. It was just, it's freaky, man. So my heart goes out to you, dude. You know, big time. No good.
I remember in swim class, in the swimming or whatever, we were in the pool, and one of the girls had a seizure in the pool. Man, teacher had to haul her out and stuff. It was scary shit, though. It's a hell of a spot to have it kick in too, right? Like,
yeah, in the water, boy,
yeah.
that's you lose total control of everything, you know, and it's just like,
Yeah, it's wild.
yeah, that's scary. So I'm glad you made it through it. I don't know what he does to deal with it. RSO seems to work, you know. Did for that little kid. Seemed to calm him right down, you know, which was something. I thought that was special.
Cool to see too. Yeah.
That was special right there. That was for being able to put that out there, you know, because that's a scary thing. And to show how he dealt with it and everything, and it worked. I mean, that's a blessing just to know that kind of stuff right there. You know, that makes me.
Well, it takes the fear away from, like, say, a parent that's happening to their kid.
Yeah.
You're so helpless just sitting there watching it, and you can't do nothing. You know what I mean? And now to have something that you could actually do that helps.
What can you do? Yeah. What can you do in a situation like that?
That'd be huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So that just seeing how that worked in that short amount of time, boy, that was just like awesome. That really was.
Yeah.
But
so that's cool. When you get your light, though, Johnny. So you want
I can go pick it up. I go pick it up tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, you drive to pick it up? They don't ship it to you? Or is this
no, man, it's right here in town. I just drive over there and get it. It takes me a half an hour to get there, tops.
Nice.
You know? Yeah. So I drive over, set the appointment, drive over. While I'm out there, I walk my dog, throw my tail or my lift open on the van, and they just walk up, throw it in the back. They close it. I go back in, hop in, and take off. You know? Simple. As a matter of fact, I got a contractor friend right now that's got me looking for a paint sprayer and a table saw and was it a miter saw that he needed and a trailer too. You know, he says, man, you're finding all these deals. You got to help me out, man.
You're like their purchasing officer now or something, right?
Yeah. I'm lucky at finding deals, you know, and that's just been a gift. I think that's a gift that my dad put into me because he was a junk dealer. He used to go around finding all these things and he would manipulate them back into shape and make them worth something again and sell them. So for a year and a half, I was trapped down in his basement doing that stuff for him. So that little bit of that was like hands-on training right there on how to think outside the box right there.
Got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Except when you got to think outside the box. Sometimes you got to do that too.
Yeah. If it's a safe kind of situation.
Just saying. I mean, sometimes there's times you gotta. It's not that hard of an answer, you know what I mean?
Right. You know, when I see rules and stuff like that, I was told as a young man, because I used to try to stay inside the lines when I was coloring all the time. and I was told that rules were meant to be broken, or at least they're a guideline.
Huh. All right. What rules
So-
are, I guess, yeah.
They're a guideline to keep you safe. And if you stray outside of it a little bit to have excitement, or, like some people like to go off-road motorcycle riding and stuff and racing and stuff. So that's outside the lines, That's what I'm saying. It's a little different outside the box, but it could still be just as fun and safe if you know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
They're just guidelines. Time.
Time.
Just a guideline, I guess,
Some of them.
You're speaking pilot.
Oh, is he popping in?
Oh no, he's in chat. He's in chat.
Aliens.
What about the aliens?
I don't know, man. Apparently they've been checking us out for a while now. So the government's known about it too. We're supposed to find out next month.
And sometimes I'm just so glad I don't pay attention to the news.
Yeah. You didn't see anything about that, or they got the UFO? Yeah, you did, because American one was on here talking about it one night too.
It's about as close as I get to the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. That maybe if I'm like riding somewhere, listening to the radio, and like the news chimes in for a brief moment, that's about as close as I get or want to like listening to the
All right.
purposely.
No, ignorance is bliss. I agree. I totally.
And it is too. At least a lot of that bullshit.
It is. I'm not. I stay away from it for the same reason. I can't stand the propaganda, dude, and I just want to. I shouldn't even go here, but like I had the radio on the other day, and they were saying that I forget what the ad was. It was some disinfectant ad, and it said something that it prevents or it would destroy the virus that causes COVID-19.
Well, there's no reason for a shot then, I guess.
But did you hear the wording on that? That it causes COVID-19, but isn't COVID-19 the identifying? Isn't that how they identify the virus? Like, isn't that the name of the whatever the virus or whatever? It's the COVID strain from 2019 or something like that. I don't know. It's fucked up how they word shit to make it sound different than what it actually is. You know what I mean?
The Wuhan virus.
And it's all over. It's not just that one instance. I'm just saying it's all over. If you pay attention to it, you're like, but why would you word it that way? Like especially in the news and shit, they word shit the most fucked up way and stuff. And it's all.
I seen some writing on the back of a container that was from 2014. That was created in 2014. That had "This here will protect you from COVID" on it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, COVID's a strain or whatever, so this is a certain type of it or whatever. I'm just saying, like it, the way it's worded, it's weird, like, and to call it a disease is also false. It's not a disease, like
No,
I don't.
it's a flu.
It doesn't actually fit the definition of that. It's a, you know what I mean? So like, I don't get that either. It's weird how that's being worded that way. I'm just pointing that out. That's all. I'm not arguing either side. I'm pointing it out that it's weird that they spin things that way. That's what makes it weird.
Eagle, it's It's true too, because when I realized that the programs that we were watching were programming us, oh man, that's when I just totally stopped getting into the sitcoms and all that kind of stuff. No, I don't want to be programmed. I think I like who I am. You know, I don't need to be
Which you
changed
could
up
argue,
for anybody else.
which
You
you could
know,
argue has been programmed in you anyway. So I don't know.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. From being growing up where I grew up, the teachers that I had, you know, the people that I had that were peers to me, whatever, you know, yeah,
Interactions.
all that shit. Man.
It is weird to think of it that way as programming, though. You know,
It is.
like I'm like in a way, yeah, my like just theoretically speaking, but like my grandson's getting programmed right now. They say like what between when you're born and age 5 or something, that is like what shapes a large portion of your future, like your life's, you know, quirky behavior patterns are shaped in that first 5 years kind of thing, you know. So
That makes sense, because by the time I was 5 years old, my mom had me helping her paint a house outside, and I loved painting houses.
yeah,
It was one of the things I enjoyed doing was painting. It was the meticulous part of it was very satisfying to me. You know, the detail work of it. It was satisfying. Finishing up a job. You know, so that's interesting. You know, and it's funny because I remember hearing something from a teacher one time when I was in school that um, their whole goal in teaching is to make you different than your father, think differently than your father of some sort. I don't remember how they put it, but the way the people said it was is they wanted to change you from thinking the way that your parents think. You know, and in every society, I mean every decade or so, every time the kids are going through, the teaching seems to change. You know,
yeah, it has changed a lot, a whole lot.
and I just found out that 1 + 1 = 11. I had no idea.
Well, it's 2 1s, dude. That's obviously 11.
I didn't know that, man. That blows my mind. All this time I was wrong thinking.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy the whole whatever they call that, solid core math or whatever, and
I call that flimsy core.
it's insane, man. They got kids counting on their fucking fingers and shit. I was like, what? Like the kids came home and that I was like, what? They want you to do it that way? Like just do it this way. It's so much faster and easier. And they got it. I showed them my way and they got it. And they got in trouble because they weren't showing their work properly. I was like, fuck that. You know what it is. Like, whatever. Kiss my ass with that shit. It's so stupid, man. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get my head around it, man. It was fucking weird.
And think the kids are being taught how to think in that kind of a way.
Yeah.
That's just like,
It's a idiotic way is what it seemed to me, man. Like a total way that lacked common sense is what it was. Like a lot of math you can relate really quickly with common sense. I don't know.
It's as if a 5-year-old was coming up with an idea. Hey, let's try doing math like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever dealt with it or not, but it's weird and it's hard to even describe.
I've only heard what people have dealt with, you know, and obviously you have, because you got kids that have gone through this. I have.
Yeah. But luckily we can teach them what we need to anyway. So
For a while.
yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. They do math my way. I know that now. They laugh at it somewhat. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't that way before. Like, I remember growing up, and it was always like they always like acted like school was taught you everything you needed to know and shit like that. And it's, now it's like we all realize that now. So it's like, I feel like I'm trying to teach the kids the shit they need to know.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's up to the parents to teach them how to live.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, I do respect the school and the teachers and all that, but I just the whole like agenda, the curriculum, and some of the stuff, like it's like wow, like I don't know, wow.
Yeah, I've got some family members that are teachers, and they tell me that things are getting to the point where they don't even feel like they're teaching anymore.
Oh yeah.
And I said, then you should get out. If you're not doing what you love to do. I mean, because if you're not doing the job that you started out or wanted to do, I mean, that's like somebody that's growing something that doesn't like to grow. It's a burden,
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody should enjoy what they're doing at least a little bit for work. I mean, otherwise,
more than a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then something's wrong. You got to change the way you're doing things, because it's important to. I mean, if you don't enjoy the job that you have, oh man, it makes life just unbearable sometimes.
Your performance will drop too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your attitude towards other people changes. You come home to your wife and you beat her. Well, not beat her, but you're not happy with her. And I'm sorry, I'm just playing with that. Of course, you never know. I'm just saying. I was just trying to lighten it up a little bit there. That's all.
Yeah, that's lightening it up.
Made everybody laugh.
Lighten the fire, I guess. Huh?
Oh shoot! Yeah, never laid a hand on my wife. Never would. So I'm smoking on some Tangiland that I got, and that I grew, and it's cured for a week now or so, a couple of weeks, and it tastes really nice. Got a nice flavor to it. Who do we got there? Red Pill. What's up, buddy?
Hello, howdy.
What's up, Red Pill?
What's going on,
Yeah.
guys?
Think I'm gonna load me up another.
Smoking, chilling,
Nice.
talking shit.
Talking some crazy shit.
Yeah. Something like that. Plant growing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's that, Ego?
So, man,
I was saying that hash in that joint was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. The twisted TK there, a little bit of bubble hash. Oh man, I've been smoking that quite a bit lately. It'll fog your day, that's for sure. The combination of the two.
That's always nice, though. The day wrecker.
I don't know
I'm
about
impressed
day
with Brandon
wrecker,
Russ.
day fogger.
Is it a behind the eyes type effect? Does it hit you in the face?
No, it's just cloudy head, really. I mean, super cloudy head, but not like the squinty eyes type thing. Just like
Yeah.
super, like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck was I doing? That type of
And
eye.
you know what? Anytime I hear someone express that they have something that it does hit them in the face or they feel it in the eyes, I'm like, let me try that shit. That's probably good for glaucoma. That's probably one of those signs. That's one of those strains that's good for glaucoma. If you feel it in your eyeballs or in your temples or in your forehead, like the headband, the high wrap around your head type feeling.
I love headband. That's one of my
Woo!
favorites. I'm up there. That's one of the strains that are up there for me. So.
I've never smoked
train wreck. I've heard multiple explanations how train wreck got its name, but the way that we thought we had train wreck, the name that, what made sense to us is that effect. Like you take one hit, like the hit off of sparking a blunt, and you'd feel like a slap right in the face. And that's the effect that we would call like this is train wreck weed. And then some people were like, no, dude, there was someone growing some gorilla grow and it was next to a train, railroad, and a train, derailed on top of the plants. And there was only one plant left. And that's where this plant, there's all those kind of stories about train wreck. But the way that we knew what train wreck was when we got it and how it got its name is by that effect, is taking one hit and literally being slapped in the face with the fucking high.
You ever puked from a strain?
Yes.
Actually
Yes.
hit
Oh,
it
yes.
and just had that fucking that one hit, puked, and then
Yeah.
you're good after that.
Yeah. I literally did have that. I had that. Right now I got a little pit bull puppy, and the last time I had a chance to get a pit bull puppy was from my cousin, and this was like maybe 16, 17. I don't forget how old I was, but it was the first time my dad disciplined me for anything having to do with weed. And me and one of my homies smoked literally like 3 blunts back to back to back, and it was sour diesel. It was just me and one other buddy, and we smoked 3 sour diesel blunts. Excuse me, back to back to back. And the same thing, we were smoking in my garage. And this particular time, it was when my dad was restoring a 64 El Camino. And me and my buddy were like, hey, let's see if this, we were just really fucking high. And we got the idea to sit in the El Camino and see if we can get those blunts to spark with the cigarette lighter. The cigarette lighter didn't work. So whatever, we sat there in the garage next to the El Camino smoking these blunts. And the second that we walked outside, I like literally threw up, like you're saying. Like the fresh air hit me. I took one gasp in of fresh air and it made me just like throw up one singular time, just like a blah. And I was fine. And I came inside and we cooked a pizza. We ate the pizza, then I passed out. But what I forgot was that I had these 3 blunt roaches in my pocket, because that's back when you save roaches to smoke for later. So I had these 3 blunt roaches in my pocket. And that next morning, my aunt and my cousin and all that, they called me up and I was supposed to go to the Milwaukee Museum or whatever. I was supposed to do some kind of family function with my aunt and my cousin. Well,
somebody found them.
You got it. You got it, Johnny. My dad found those blunt roaches in my pocket. And he's like, fuck it. You're not getting that fucking pit bull now. Leave your fucking blunt roaches in my goddamn pocket. That was when I was a young kid, and he was still real mad at me for smoking
How old
weed.
were you then?
16, 17. Yeah. So.
Wow. Took away the puppy. Man, that's harsh.
Nah, I makes up for it now. I got a little pit bull puppy now. So.
Right on.
Yeah. He was real cool though. That little dog's name was Tank. He was a blue nose pit bull, but we could already tell that he was a big brute. So his name was Tank right off the bat. Oh well. He went to a good home regardless. So. But that was right in the transition. I used to have a border collie, like I've mentioned. Really good dog. And I was like that dog. You know, border collies are real smart. Literally listen to any command you gave. You're like, go this way, go that way. Give me your left paw. Give me your right paw. Stay here. Lay down. And like I would literally tell it. Like I would go outside with it without a leash. Tell it to stay and sit like right at the front in the front corner of the lawn. And I would literally walk to the corner. And I would walk to the corner of the block and I'd turn around and look down the street and be like, okay, the dog's still staying there. And then one time I tried, I'm like, I'm going to see if the dog will stay there if I walk around the block. So I tell her to stay. I tell her to sit. You know, she's sitting right in the front lawn. Then I walk all the way to the end of the block. She's still sitting there. And then I walk around the block and I come back around. And the only thing that changed is instead of sitting where she was at the end of right at the end of the sidewalk, she went and laid down like in the middle of the lawn. But she didn't move anywhere, no leash after I told her to stay. Like I said, border collies, they're really fucking smart. They'll pretty much listen to not only any command you give it, but really specific commands. Pretty smart dogs.
Something. I figured somebody had to say something, right?
Say something.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know how to.
I was over here trying to catch my breath.
No, everybody was quiet. It was crickets. So. Figured I'd say something.
Eagle, do you got that? Little button you can push that puts crickets out? You're on mute.
He's got that
I
little.
should actually, but you know, actually, I somewhere or another, I think it was on the other computer. Well, this computer when it went down was you can actually download like non-copyrighted shit from YouTube, and that was like the only thing I downloaded is you can actually get crickets. Yeah, from YouTube, and it's
you know what's sad.
Perfectly okay.
You know what's sad though is you guys remember that Google Hangouts did have all that built into it, like 8 years ago. Google Hangouts had sound effects. It had that little, like you're talking about, the virtual background thing where you can make yourself look like you're not on an island. And then it had like the facial recognition tracking, and you could put like a little scuba mask on your face. And then they had mini games and a whole bunch of other shit. I feel the same way about Google Hangouts as I did or do or still do about MySpace. I'm mad that MySpace isn't the #1 fucking social media platform, and there's nothing wrong with fucking YouTube needing Google Hangouts to host a live. Nothing wrong with it. So, sorry.
I think I'm happy with this Tangyland.
Tangyland?
Yeah. That after that hit.
You're
My
just
eyes aren't functioning properly. What's that?
You're just smoking on some? Like, how old, cured, or dried is it?
It's 2 weeks cured.
Nice.
From the Herbs Now dryer, and that's the first couple of hits I've had of it since. Well, I had some when it first came out, and it was nice, but now it's wow.
Excuse me if I didn't remember, but is that the outdoor plant?
No, this one here was grown inside. the outdoor plant was the Gone Dog Mimosa, and
What do you
I
like
can't
about
wait
it so
till
much, Benny?
what do I like about it so much?
Yeah.
It gives me a really almost kind of like a euphoric kind of a feeling in my forehead.
So you like the buzz of it?
Yes, I like the way it feels afterwards. I was having a hard time. I had to wipe my eyes; they started watering. You know,
Mhm.
Nice.
it was a good hit. It was, and that was 2 hits. So
What's it taste
when
like?
I first, it's got a nice soft lime kind of a flavor to it. I'll have to take some more hits,
Okay.
but not right now. But not right now.
Yeah, why not? It's almost 4.
Oh man,
That's a good excuse for a dyslexic guy.
yeah, it'll probably knock me out.
Wait, Smiley, how close? Is it 402 or is it closer to 420?
No, it's 357 on my clock.
357. Come
Bang!
on, dude.
Oh,
You're
bam!
prematurely fucking smoking on us.
It's 5 minutes to the 402.
Oh,
I'm just saying, if you want, that's
you're
makes
way ahead. I could take
excuse.
3 or 4 dabs in that time.
Well, you're a rapid dab kind of guy, though, you know. So.
I like it. I call it chain dabbing. I mean, I
Chain
have
dabbing.
I
I
have
did the
parents.
other
I'm one
night
of
and slept really good.
I have parents and aunts that would literally, like chain smoke and hot box. I don't know if you're in the youth or time range that I got brought up in, but I would literally be getting rides to school in the morning or this or that, and I'd be like, and then my aunt or my mom would pull down the window and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it'd be like until she's like halfway done or like 3/4 of the way done with the cigarette to
Oh
realize
my
that
God.
hot boxing the cigarette was like killing them.
Yes. My mom, she would. Oh man, stories of that. Many a times did that happen to me. And this is back when she was smoking Pall Malls with no filters. You know.
My mom was
So
a Doral. My family,
well,
the females in my family were Doral ladies.
yeah, my mom I think she tried to kill me. She would hotbox that car on the way down to California, and that window would be rolled up throughout most of Oregon because it was cold. You know,
I don't
wintertime
even like
driving.
that. I don't like that as a smoker. Even that's gross as fuck. I see people drive with their windows all the way up and they're smoking, and I'm like, what? That's weird.
Right? Yeah. But check this out, man. I would be sitting there I would almost be throwing up in the back of the car. Mom, you got to pull over. I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
Right? She'd pull over the side of the road, and I swear I'm just about ready to chuck. Right? I get out the car, and it's just like you get hit with the fresh air, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm going to throw up any. And one time she beat the hell out of me on the side of the road because she thought I was playing with her.
I had a similar situation where my mom picked me up from school. This is in 2nd grade. And like right when I hopped into the car, a bee went up my sleeve. And I was trying to tell her, I got a bee in my shirt. I got a bee in my shirt. And she's like, shut the hell up. Shut up back there. That whole kind of thing. And then we get out at the apartments that we lived in. And this bee, for whatever reason, I was sitting so still the whole car ride. Sitting so still. The bee like died or something, or like fell asleep by me being so still or whatever. So I get out of the car. This was in a Geo Prism. You know what that is? I hop out of the car, the little 2-seat in the back seat. My mom pulls me out, and the bee falls out of my sleeve, and then she stomps on it. And that whole time I'm like, see, I told you I wasn't lying. I had a bee in my fucking shirt. But she was telling me like, shut the hell up. I'm driving here. You know, like
You don't want to mess.
if you-
You don't want to mess with mom when she's driving. Yeah, you don't do that. Doesn't even matter if it's a bee. You know.
Yeah.
Man.
That was in the Tommy Boy, right? They got pulled over and they were like,
Bees.
yeah,
Bees.
they're screaming bees. I bet somebody's tried that and the cop was just like, yeah, fuck off, dude. Like,
I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie. Don't even try to play that on me.
yeah. Ain't falling for no banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah, that's classic.
You ever done that to anybody?
No.
Plug up the tailpipe, yes.
Yes. Not with a banana. Potatoes work best. And if
What?
just to be sure,
Potatoes?
potatoes work best.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Fucking.
Does it turn
they
into
fit
a tater
perfect.
gun?
Just, two of them. Oh yeah, basically.
Oh, you
Basically, if it. I did it to this one cat. He thought he almost bought a transmission. He almost bought a transmission before I went, dude. There's potatoes in your tailpipe.
That's too funny, dude.
Oh man.
I bet it would. It'd make it run like shit like that too. Like it would shift all funny, and they do weird shit when the exhaust plugs. It's funny as shit though. Can you imagine if they did put the tranny in and it was still doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee nobody really thinks to look at that. I mean, I don't know.
And they'd say, "Have you checked your carburetor lately?"
Well, you check.
If I remember right,
that
cat was a threefer. I went through a terrible spell when I did shit like that for a minute. It's fucking. But I think he was a threefer. If you want a good, where it's like plugged, it takes 2 to 3. Sometimes yes. Fire out that if you do one, as it warms up, it will shoot that fucker out the back like a fucking potato launcher.
Eagle's got this all detailed out. he's been at this for a minute.
I think he might have did a book report on this when he was in the 4th grade.
Right? Is there a certain variety of potato that works better than the other? I mean, does it have to be a russet, or can it be a Idaho Gold, or like?
Oh, Idaho Reds.
Reds, yeah.
I haven't done that kind of research. But then I'm sure that's a good variable on how they break down at time. Yeah.
The Reds are a little more solid.
There you go. I was imagining, yeah, if you sunk one in there, I would think one would do it plenty. At least enough to make it run, not accelerate and shit.
That's too funny.
But,
Depending, you got to put in the factor to it. It really depends on how long they get between. You do it and they get to it. You know what I mean? And it's an organic. It's breaking down by the minute. You know what I mean? Since more than a couple of days, more than likely it's gonna just mush out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Double up. Double up.
Did anybody ever do the light in the bag on the front porch kind of thing?
No.
No?
With the dog shit in it?
Yeah.
No. We played Ding Dong Ditch It, never that though.
Yeah, we did that one time. It was to the neighbor up the road. He was being a dickhead because he wouldn't let us mow his lawn and make any money. So we figured we'd play a game on him. So we picked up the shit in the front yard of his house, put it into a bag, and put it right on the front porch, and we lit it, rang the doorbell, and took off.
Did it work out? Was it burning?
Well, he must have came out and stepped on the shit because it wasn't there. There was,
All right.
it wasn't gonna burn anything up. It was a large, patio and all.
This is going to incriminate myself, but we thought like, let's not light anything on fire. But we did fill up a actual like plastic shopping bag full of dog turds and then put it in someone's mailbox.
Ugh.
Well, for
I'd rather have
tricks, just to say, there was a guy that I knew in Pennsylvania.
Holy shit.
What's that?
Matt in SoCal, I'm almost wondering if I might know that cat from another life.
Oh,
Matt
Matthew
from
SoCal.
SoCal says, we stole lumber and built a 14-foot half pipe in 85. I can't remember if it was like 85 right around that time, but I did the same thing from an apartment complex. To be honest with you, me and there's a group of us that lived in this apartment complex. Okay. Then off on the edge there, they were building more new buildings. And me and a couple other kids would snag off that lumber pile like every other day. We'd go grab some materials and we'd fucking huff it out into the woods where we constructed a fucking half pipe on all the fucking materials that we got off the job site. We pilfered off the job site.
Oh,
And
cool.
they actually ended up, it wasn't cool because they ended up catching us. They ended up following the fucking trail. Like kids, we don't realize that we're leaving a fucking trail. You know what I mean? We're not that hip,
You're
we're leaving
dragging
a
the stuff?
path. Well,
Oh.
you walk the same path every other day, man. You're leaving a path. You know what I mean? And that's what happened, man. We ended up leaving a fucking path. They come right to where we were and fucking caught us and shit one day. And I ended up getting kicked out of that apartment complex and like because of the half pipe. But it was right around. It was close to 85. So that makes me wonder if I don't know that cat from another life.
I didn't do that, but we had an apartment complex that same thing. Buildings were being added on and being built, and they would have like they'd have like the actual dirt that they'd excavate, like sand and like gravel, and there were all these mounds like piled up, and we would go and take our BMX bikes and go riding over those fucking dirt piles and sand piles and gravel piles and stuff. In wintertime, it actually, half pipe wise, it did make a half pipe in the wintertime in the snow. And we went down there, we would go sledding down it and other shit. But I lived somewhere like right next to like, I don't know what the fuck you'd call it, but it was like a drop off or a cliff. And then in between each like apartment, there was like a fucking huge valley or something. And then those would get filled in and we'd use those as like half pipes for sledding or snowboarding.
It's almost cricket season, man.
Almost, yeah.
So, do you think they'll make a return to the show? It seemed like they were in everybody's episode there for like a month solid. Even if it wasn't me, it seemed like it was the guest, and everybody in chat still blamed me.
Have you ever done an interview with someone from Jamaica?
Yeah, Rastaba.
Yeah, man.
Was it at night?
Yeah, man.
Did you hear the tree frogs?
No, but we heard the fucking roosters crowing.
We heard, I was gonna say we heard the rooster.
Okay.
Yeah,
in Jamaica, they don't have crickets like how we do making noise all night. They have tree frogs. And the tree frogs are fucking crowing. doing all kinds of fucking weird shit. They have tree
What was
frog
that?
noise. Oh, you keep doing it? What do you got? Are you recording now, Eagle? Are you keep
that was good. That was good. Say that again.
One more time.
Right. The tree frog.
Go ahead, man. I just pushed it. Too funny.
Yeah.
I heard that. Frogs make that noise.
Where my Jamaican homies at? You guys know about your tree frogs out there.
We got tree frogs too, man.
You
yeah.
put me into that. I didn't even believe it till you showed one of them little bastards. That's one of those things that you live somewhere for your whole life and you don't even realize exists.
Yeah.
Fucking tree frogs. I thought those were tropical. You got those out in Michigan.
You got them too in Wisconsin.
I know we got
Is it
like
the same.
we have
same,
like
same.
Yeah.
we have
I don't want to go run around licking
salamanders.
toads for nothing.
Well,
Yeah.
they're like the size of a quarter full grown. You know what I'm saying? So they're pretty hard to find. That's all.
Easy to miss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
weird
The
kind of,
psychedelic ones.
And they change colors and shit.
There was a lot of tree frogs in Pennsylvania.
you know,
Lots
the
of them.
weirdest animal I've ever found. And this is when me and my buddy lived across the street, and we were both little kids. This is like 4 and 5 years old. And now I'm more freaked out about insects and bugs and stuff. And I wouldn't necessarily be going searching in the places that I would back then to try and find bugs to capture in a jar or that mess. But I told my buddy, like, we were already into bug catching. And like one day I met up with him and I was like, hey, I watched this thing where I learned that bugs like to hide underneath rocks and stuff like that. So, but me and him, we didn't have any rocks, but we looked over for like heavy shit to tip over. And I had this is in Wisconsin still, mind you, if you can think of what kind of wildlife is natural or indigenous to Wisconsin. Well, I had a basketball hoop and we tipped over this basketball hoop and a bright red scorpion jumped out. And it tried to like stab my foot, like make a little hook towards my foot, and it missed. I like kind of went, I like jotted out of the way, and then it turned around and went darting right off into the neighbor's bushes. And then from like that point on, I would tell people like I had an encounter where a scorpion came out of a fucking basketball hoop and tried to attack me. And people are like, no, there's no scorpions in Wisconsin. You didn't see a scorpion. I'm like,
How big was it?
Like half the size of my foot when I was 5 years old.
So it was a good 3
Pretty big size.
inches?
Yeah.
3 inches around there?
Bright red.
Huh.
But people didn't believe me because they're like, scorpions aren't from Wisconsin. There's no scorpions in Wisconsin.
So did they find scorpions in Wisconsin? Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know.
Oh.
I literally don't know. I don't think they're native to Wisconsin at all. People would make, like, think I'm making up shit. But why would I lie about that as a kid?
Yeah, I don't think that it was probably a millipede or a centipede of some sort that was, did it have funky looking weird legs, a little longer?
No,
A lot
to
of
me,
them?
dude, I could have swore I saw a scorpion with claws and like a poison hook at its tail. Like I said,
Wow.
it went to try to jab me with its tail, and it missed. And it got pissed off. It missed, and then it turned around in the direction.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're black out here.
I was okay with believing that this was a pet scorpion that got someone released to the wild and it was still alive. Like even then, people wouldn't be like, no, it wouldn't happen. Like, what? How do you know? How do you know someone just didn't let a fucking scorpion out and it was just trying to survive? Because that's what it looked like. It definitely wasn't like one of those itty bitty, really venomous ones. This was like a giant, like I said, bright red lobster looking one. I wouldn't mistake it with a millipede. I've never seen a bright red millipede.
Cheers, Modern Genetics. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys? I just come to celebrate 420 with you.
Oh,
Oh,
did we pass it
I
up?
guess-
Did I blast
Brian,
it?
no, you didn't
we
pass.
got
We
3
didn't pass.
minutes.
Okay. I'll
Came in at perfect timing. Load this stuff up here.
Yeah, I've never witnessed any UFO or ghost shit, but I've seen scorpions where supposedly they don't exist.
Well, that's pretty darned interesting. Now, what kind of terrain was there around there? Was it kind of wet, dry, kind of, or what?
No, totally city, blocks, lawns, landscape, nothing like that. I mean,
Oh.
I do live I'm like a quarter mile from Lake Michigan.
What was that, Smiley?
That was the red
Was
scorpion.
that a scorpion?
It's a red scorpion found in Wisconsin. It says, yes, Wisconsin has scorpions, but they are not dangerous scorpions like you find in the Southwest. They do not have a tail or a stinger. While their claws have venom, the amount isn't enough to harm humans.
Wow.
That is a trip.
Yeah.
I swear, like I said, I wouldn't lie about that. Even as I'm telling
Show
you.
it again. Show it again, Smiley. Highlight that for us.
Well, that's just. I'll try to find a different picture. Hold on.
That's freaking cool, man.
I'm telling you a story that's literally like 25 years old that I wouldn't make up back then, let alone now. I fucking
Yeah.
I saw the scorpion. No one believed
Called
me.
a pseudo
I didn't
scorpion.
see it.
Look at that shit. Yeah.
Called a pseudo scorpion, but it doesn't have a tail.
Is that
or
it?
stinger. Yeah, that's it.
That's pretty scary looking.
Is that it? What you seen there, Red?
Yeah, like I said, that bright red. It's unmistakable. Nice. I wouldn't.
There's
Wouldn't
several different types of them.
Yeah.
What a trip. So they don't have a tail on.
I saw it make
How
some.
How weird is that?
It made some.
Oh, it was probably the claws.
Yeah,
it was probably the claws.
It made some defensive posture, like I'm saying, and then took off because it realized that, like, it's a. Basically, I saw a really rare Pokemon, and then it.
Happy 420.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes.
420.
Cheers.
So yeah, guys, I've seen that thing in the wild.
That is very cool, Red. That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Red Pill saw a red scorpion.
Yeah.
So, just in spirit of what I've been doing the last few days, this year, 1 year ago today. So 43 jinx proof. 1 year ago today. I actually sent him a message like I've been everybody else. Happy 1 year. Don't forget to check in. Here's your info again. Your invite again. I like that. I think I'm gonna keep it up for several purposes. I like to celebrate the 1 year thing, and and kind of reminds people that haven't been around that long that of the older episodes who was 43. Cheers. Cheers. Hopefully he's doing well. Did you see that fucking? Remember I told you guys he had that heart attack. That was the reason why he didn't come on 420. Remember on the show I told you guys he had that heart attack? Did you see the fucking scar, or not the scar, but the mark from the fucking heart thing?
Yeah, the
Fucking looked like the
paddle
Punisher
burn or
skull.
whatever. They had that paddle burn on his chest. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that thing looked like the fucking Punisher skull. Is what it looked like.
Yeah, it's pretty
They
amazing.
probably designed that on him so it leaves that mark.
Maybe. Yeah, about that. That's funny. They would think about it like that.
Hmm.
Cheers.
Wow.
What you smoking on over there, Modern Genetics?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's Girl Scout cookies. I just put in there.
How's your project coming along, brother?
It's coming along. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Supposed to have some soil delivered today.
Nice.
Quinn hooked me up with Bio 365, and he's sending me over a pallet of soil.
Oh yeah.
Are you
Right
So
on.
I'm
ready
I was supposed to be
hit
delivered.
plants?
No, I got no plants, but I got soil.
That's the first start, man. You gotta have soil before you have
soil.
plants.
Yeah. Well, it was offered to me, and I sure as hell wasn't turning it down, So I'll give it a try.
Yeah, most definitely. I've heard good things about it, so I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out. He sent me 2 different mixes.
He's a good guy, I know that.
Yeah, he was a real good guy. It's awful nice of him. So that's all I'm doing. So it's supposed to be delivered today, but didn't happen. So hopefully tomorrow.
So you
show up
making
at 8
any
o'clock in the morning.
making any leeway on the business? Getting that shit straightened out?
I'm trying to get some more money. Yeah, and I'm getting bids for the work on the architect plans. It all has to be done through contractors. So getting bids on that. So I do have one person that's really interested that wants to invest. So we're happy about that.
That's good, man.
Keep
We
him
want you to
up.
succeed.
Me too. Me too.
Completely. Indeed.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Boy, that last hit kicked my ass.
Well, take another one.
I'm pretty stoned too. I'm like,
Man.
Red Bill, I couldn't ever keep up with his dabs. My lord. He would dab me on the table, that's for sure.
He's like a superhero.
Oh,
When it
man.
comes to dabs, he just takes it without no problem.
It's like the life supply or the bloodline or the
Right?
in a video game when you're losing health and you gotta go get one of those little hearts.
The
or
power
those
pack.
Yeah,
The power pack. It's a power pack. It's an energy booster.
recharge.
Yeah, the recharge. Yeah, something like that. It's always got. Yeah, you got to get a health pack.
Those dabs hit me hard.
A
I did
medic
some.
kit.
I smoked some diamonds a couple months ago.
How was that?
I don't prefer to do that again.
Oh,
Oh
you
my
didn't? You
lord!
didn't? Was it too strong?
Oh, it was just. I mean, I almost compared it to smoking crack.
Wow.
It's just when I took a hit of it, and then I blew my hit out, and I went to suck on another hit. My lungs said, "No, you're not. No, you're not hitting no more." I literally couldn't even inhale. I just couldn't even. It's like took the air right out of me. It was just so. That was different. That was quite different.
Wow.
If I didn't know where it come from, I probably would have thought it was crack. Definitely got fucking high on that one fucking hit. But honestly, I prefer not to do that.
Did you smoke it in? What kind of a rig did you smoke it in?
Regular dag, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't too hot or anything. It was fine.
Does it melt just like the
it was just like it was just like doing a dab.
Yeah.
And like I said, it wasn't like I was sitting like
I was
sitting there like, oh wow, it was just I don't know what it was, but I exhaled it out. And it was like I feel like I had this huge hit or anything, but I exhaled it out, and my lungs just like locked up. They were like I had to pass it over. I said, man, so I take the rest of this shit. Mm-hmm. But I don't prefer that. That's not my age anymore.
Wow.
I was a little too harsh for my lungs.
I get a little bit like that sometimes, but for me, I guess I just really like the deep end of things, and plus, it's that experience you had. If you just kept forcing yourself to do it, you wouldn't have that experience over time. You'd gain a tolerance.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm happy to smoke flower.
My thing with flower though is
I like smoking flower.
To me, it's more. I like the aspect of rolling something up and smoking it socially. Even though I don't. This is a pre-COVID time. I don't know how many people want to roll up blunts and hot box cars.
I do.
Right,
Smiley.
All right, modern. Well, we're gonna do some hot box cruising.
Oh man. Yeah, we could do that.
That's how I got brought up on. As much as I like to dab, it's kind of funny that I made that whatever jump. But yeah, I flower was dedicated for rolling up to blunts. And then once in a while, like we had, back in I don't know how many people use the word, but dro. We had dro back in the day. It was some really good dro with a name, White Widow, Northern Lights, Blue Dream, Sour Diesel, Green Crack, that kind of stuff. Then we would smoke it out of glass. We would pack up little snapper bolts and do a little snap bong one by one.
Yeah, it's kind of funny hearing people talk about a long time ago, and it's like yesterday for me. When I talk about a long time ago, I think about right back in the 70s and shit.
This was 2005 to 2008. After 2009, like I said, that's when I found Vortex, and that's when I figured out where to order stuff.
That was a long time ago.
I know. I love it, to be honest with you. I love it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Red Pill. When you said 2005 to 2008, I was like, man, that was just like
yesterday.
Yeah.
I know.
That's like a few months back to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope we're still all here talking and where it feels like that for me.
Well, I'll probably be gone,
Exactly.
but you'll be talking to people about back in the early 2000s. We used to do this. It'd be 2040 and shit. Man, don't be talking about
in 2021. We just.
What's the more demeaning term we can come up for a generation than millennial though? Like Is there any more of a way to just say "fuck you" to someone by calling them a millennial? What do we call the kids
Who
younger
makes that
than
shit up
millennials?
anyways?
Gen Z or Gen.
I know a lot of people might not think of it, but we got to be honest. Like millennial is just like it's a pejorative. It's just like it's a way to make fun of someone or to tease someone by calling someone a millennial.
Really? I don't feel that. I never
Not
thought,
really.
I never saw it that way.
It's just
Nah.
yeah. It's programming. That's what it is. They just want to put you in a box. Man. This is what you are.
Well, a lot of times, a lot of people kind of forget how late. If you look it up, like I think up until 1980, born up until 1980, that makes you a millennial. Which I totally don't. I'm saying things that I don't agree with. By the way, preface that, but. Yeah, that's the whole thing is I definitely do think in today's terms, you distinguish yourself away from a millennial because what the hell does a millennial know? You know, it's
Millennials are very smart.
well, I don't think they're going to be regarded as smart until there's further generations in front of them. You know what I mean?
What are they saying in chat, Smiley?
I should talk about chat. Oh man, Mrs. Chad, Mrs. Westport, sir, I was got said or something.
What did we do to get Chad in trouble? Oh my God.
No, I think somebody was doing talk to text or something, and it did like a Mrs. Westport. So pretty funny though.
Oh man, that's messed
I know
up.
on my
Serious.
episode.
He changed his icon too there. Man, that throws me off, man. I don't care what anybody does it, man. You throw, especially if you've had that icon for like ever. Change that icon. Now I won't even know you're in chat. You're like totally. It's like what changing that icon is like fucking driving another car that you don't usually car. You know what I mean? You're like incognito when you change that fucking icon.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's funny.
What's up, Chris Merrick? Good to see you.
Chris Mertz is in there? Hold on, man. What's up, Chris?
Sorry, Chad. I was laughing.
My computer don't work, so I can't shout out.
So
Well,
I want to
I saw you smiling like that, Smiley, so I knew something was going on in chat.
There usually
You know, there was some kind of shit going down or something. I had to know.
I know you like miss half the conversation.
Completely, man. I can't wait till I get my shit, get the internet set back up again.
They were talking about you, Johnny, and making fun of you.
That's okay. That's good.
I was just teasing.
That's funny. Shit, guys, it is about that time though. I'm gonna have to jump out here.
Yeah, I'm on with you too, brother. I just hopped on to say happy 420.
Good to see you, Modern. Definitely Red Pill, Johnny, Eagle.
Yep.
Everyone.
Mrs. Smiley.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Have a good one, man. We'll see you guys.
All right,
Hey,
brother.
Smiley.
Take care, my friend.
All right, I'm on out to Eagle, Red Pill, Johnny.
All right,
guys.
Modern. Always
Good
good
talk
to
to
see you,
y'all.
brother.
See you soon.
Have a great day, brother. Thank
Keep up the good work, man.
You too.
Good luck to you, brother.
Yeah,
Johnny, you want to
definitely.
flip a coin?
No, I don't have to flip one. I'll hop out.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Eagle. Appreciate it. That was a good story about the wood and all the shit you were going through today, and that was just like that brought me right back. I mean, those troublesome jobs where you open it up and you're just like, I can't believe this. Look at what's going on here. That really took me. It took me there.
Well, unfortunately, it took me there too. It's taking me there tomorrow. Today.
Right. I understand what you're saying, man. It's those projects like that. It's like you dread them when they show up, but when you get done doing it, you go, man, I fucking took care of a problem, man. you know?
Man, it's terrible though, Johnny. You know, like I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about work. And I told this to the guy when I bought the house. I was like, man, when I put these nail bags on, I'm gonna fucking take over business in this town. And since I've strapped them on lately, even I'm trying to put them back, trying to put the fuckers away. I got them out now. I'm trying to put the fuckers away, but
And
it's
they
the
won't.
same thing, man. Man, well, I'm trying, but
Yeah,
as I knock one out, man, I'm more like, hey, shit.
you did a good job there.
And I
You
have
wanna
a
knock
hard
this
time
project
saying
down?
no, man. Oh man, I have a hard time saying no, man. I'm still hungry after all these years, man. If you've got a
Yeah,
job and I'll take your cats.
yeah. I
If
completely.
I've got some if I've got an open fucking I've been like that for years. Don't put shit off. That was another thing that made my business very successful is I never fucking put shit off. If I had something like if I had an opening, I put you tomorrow. I didn't put you next week because you didn't know what opportunity came next week. And people
That's
like
right.
it when you can
Yeah.
jump on their shit. So I never put off shit. I'm the same way. You know, unfortunately, if I've got time and then the mailbags are out, you cross my path and you like, I got something you might want to do. I will fucking make time and snag that opportunity. You know,
Yeah.
I don't leave many opportunities unturned. If I can make something good
It-
out of it, I'll fucking
the
every
opportunities
time.
come, you got to jump on the opportunity. That's just how construction is. I mean, because you never know when construction's going to take us south, and you know,
Not just
and
in
then you're not.
construction,
Yeah,
life
exactly.
in general.
Well, I was towing right along at 18 hours a day, and then when I fell, my life stopped. I mean, it was over. There was no more work after that. I mean, because I've been just in that situation where I can't do anything, which is really sad. But so when you were talking about that, it took me right back to it, man. I was really enjoying that conversation. It was
You
fun.
know, this year has been a bit of a wake up call for me. You know, and I've coasted last year too. To be honest with you, I should have been hustling. And,
Yeah, I
you
feel
know,
like
this
I
year
wish I could have been hustling, but
this this what's happened this year, and there's shit that I don't talk about. You know what I mean? And there's some shit that's happened this last year that's got me fucking lit up and ready to seize every opportunity that can make my dreams come true again. So it, that was part of the putting the nail bags back on. Is I'm ready to take on every opportunity I can to make the dream come true.
totally
It's
understand that.
hustle time.
My
It's hustle
hat's off
time.
to you, brother. Wish I could do that right now. Anyways, I am going to sign out. Um, Eagle, always, always good to hang out with you, man. Good conversations. Red Pill, we'll talk to you
Yep.
later, brother. That was great stories, man. I always enjoy that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no problem, Johnny. I
All right,
like
everybody
hanging
in
out
chat.
with
I'll
you.
see you in a minute.
Bro.
All right, bye.
Peace out,
Hey.
Johnny. Uh, I know we're comparing it to two different things, Eagle, but like I said, I feel the same way with there's certain there's a there's a trident or three different things I could say that made me feel about this last year that kicks in that initiative to want to capitalize on stuff. It wasn't just the COVID. There's been a couple other things, but in the same way, like I said, I don't know how you feel about how much time, like in that regard, the ambition you have to work, with how much time you capitalized on in your 20s. But now that my 20s are gone, I definitely feel like I definitely I feel like I didn't take full advantage of time made in my 20s to, you know, have more time in the future to like retire to, you know what I mean? I don't know what to cause that to, you know, everything, you know, at my fault at some point, me being responsible for one form or the other, or just missed opportunities because either I was a dollar short in a day late or just too early with an idea. But I don't hold any what's that you know, I, there's I don't have any what's that resentment or whatever towards the last years that I did, you know, not capitalize on things. So uh I, I don't know. Like I said, I kind of see where you're coming from.
Red
with that.
pill.
Yeah.
So it seems like we do have a little bit of the same thing going on here. Have you ever heard me talk about uh, what the skulls mean to me? You know, I showed the other night, you know, the ring, you know, this ring here. It's
Yeah,
twisted,
I
twisted.
did catch
That
that.
me and my girls all got. Well, there's meaning behind the skulls there for me. And that meaning is, you know, it reminds me how short life is. Reminds me of regrets. You know, every time I see them, I look down. It reminds me of people that I've lost, ideas that I haven't followed through with. We're all regrets, and I don't want to miss any opportunities. I don't want any regrets. Each one of those skulls. In fact, I have a tattoo that's on my leg here. It's a skull made of skulls. And each one of those skulls is an idea that or a regret that you'll take to the grave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That mask is made up that I believe in, you know, kind of that's a kind of mask you if there's a terrible afterlife of regret,
And
you'll have to wear that mask and it'll be stacked of skulls, of lost regrets, and ideas, and stuff like that. And this is actually because I look at this every day. That's the mask, brother.
I like that. That's something, like I said, that
Every morning I look at that mask and I think, do I necessarily want to wear that? You know what I mean?
yep.
And so every time I look at the skulls, I see missed opportunities, stuff like that. So it isn't necessarily a bad thing. People see that and they think, oh, it must be a dark thing. It isn't necessarily a dark thing
No,
to me. It's a whole
no,
different thing.
I understand that because I'm the same way, and I don't have to have that. I, I here's the thing: is like me getting a tattoo would have to be that significant to where it does that. It basically puts in the physical world something that I think of on a mental basis every day. You know, like those, regardless if I capitalized on it or I missed out on it, it still shapes the world that I live in today. You know what I mean? So bit by bit, like saying that one for each event for like that in a skull form, that makes the same thing where I can think of all those times where it brings me back to that puts me on this path that I am today, which bit by bit it made me more grateful or more, you know, I don't know. Um, like at you know, at some point, I know you looked into a lot of stuff. At some point, I'm gonna get into more like a samurai philosophy, or like there's a few other, you know, heritages or traditions that kind of follow the same thing, where there's like you know, there's like two yous, you know, there's an ego you, and then there's your true self, and then eventually you find the former in your true self, and that true self at some point kills your ego. So at that same point, the same way of finding that point, you know.
The ego, the Atman.
Yeah.
Chinese Buddhism.
Yep, Chinese Buddhism. I was thinking the samurai, more Japanese thing. But the Indians have the same philosophy to it too. But I definitely believe in that, and I've been more in touch with it in the past, and not so much in maybe past few years. But I feel more of a attachment to that, you know, lately. So it's getting back within that, and a lot of it's really weird. A lot of it is ironically, like we had a conversation about clothes and the shoes and type of shirts I used to wear. A lot of it is in the fashion, and a lot of it is in the music. We also have music discussions too. And there's something about me listening to the same music, or me wanting or thinking I'm going to, you know, dress the same way. And that, for whatever reason, you know, enables the rest of whatever it is, you know, to kind of put me more towards that, you know, honest me state. Right.
Well, Miss
I don't know if you've-
Rudko, I love the conversation, but I gotta go, brother.
Hey, no, that's a good thing. We can always continue it. Yeah. So I like that. You know, we'll continue this conversation.
I hope so. Have a great day, brother.
Yep.
And just so you know, man, I do see a very intelligent person in front of me that's very capable of doing whatever he wants in life. So,
Yeah.
cheers, brother.
That is the other side of it, is we're communicating on a daily basis, and like I've tried to say before, oh man, like the sand and the time ticking, you know, it bugs me on a daily day, because I can't have such a clear view of the future. It bugs me on a day-to-day basis, like, oh, it's such like a slow grind towards something that I can see in the future. But whatever, I'm
Even
hanging
the
in.
smallest thing creates momentum. Even if it's, you know, looking at towns you may want to land in, it's all putting it out in the ether. Or, you know what I mean? Even if
Yeah.
it's not making a physical step, as long as you're thinking and dreaming about it, brother, you're already putting it in motion.
Yep.
Can't build a house. You can't build a house or anything else until you've seen it first. Then you can put it into paper and action. See the dream, then put it into action.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We're everyone here. We're all along for the ride. So we'll all just sit along and see what's in store. All right, guys. But thank
See
you,
tomorrow,
Eagle.
brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Peace out, everyone.
Shout out to this. Cheers, everybody. I'm back. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed 391, the wormhole. I know I did. It's time now to get through these shout outs so I can get to work. Grateful. Be grateful for everything you have, everything you do. Get some music going here. A little something to drink because I got cotton mouth like crazy. My shout outs list upright, so I'm not looking head down first anyway. little grape juice. Grape juice. Oh, you can see it. Got the camera all fucked up. There you go. So good. So good. A little tart, a little sour, but good. What we got here? We haven't listened to a million Cottonmouth. Yes, I do have Cottonmouth, but I want to hear Cottonmouth Kings. Thank you. Cottonmouth all the time. Who doesn't? But thank you. I want to hear Cottonmouth Kings. One in particular song, I heard this one the other day, and I was like, I want to play this one on the show. Quite distracting. It's so true, so appropriate. Some cool, D's House of Dank, Mama Lost 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MG 89, Unplugged 705, Medical Macaulay Cuddy, Rick T the Rebel, the IG 207, Baby is Selena, Sage's Not Here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi, Gross, Mother Nature, Dustin Conway, Duckweed, Rumboy 7426, Justin Gooder, Strongman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Michael Wallace, Full Vision 420, Hujo, Cat Daddy, Daco, Don Slug, Rick S. In the Bushes 827, James Siemens, Kevin Hahn, World Class Hope, Pat's Fan 420, Bio Winter, Dirt Road Dude, Kenny Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Russell, Dad Goblin, Dr. Bose, Lightyear, Acetone, Miss You Brother, 710 Canuck, Kenny Queen, Genetics, Stabby Tanaze, Tudor, Dirtman Dan, Keith the Black Sales, Miss Lucille, Gardens, Rasta Bob, Russell Jeff, Soul Root, Small Tunes, Tyler, Frosty Buds, North Michigan, White Crow. Excuse me, Ouija Buds, Dub T Roy, Big Jar Grove, JC, Modern Genetics, Soul Fat Wiener, John, Last PPG 15, Green County Grower, CJ Apple, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Productions, Dank Grower, TOA Romance, Miss Beauty, I Grew Some, Johnny Kansas, Nutrient Shootouts, Naughty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's, Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy, Aldridge 25, This Man Teeth, Two Moon Mo Grower, Cannon Crate, Loki Grove, Sess, and this guy, Burton 79, Polish Hammered, Midwest Outlaws 31, Biddy Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Connections, Wolverine Grower, Big Jar Grows, Lady, Jimmy One for Life, Laid Way Back from a D Block, MMP Nations Creations, Aberlonic, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sicky Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Manawani G2P. Green Click, J&K, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkler, Brittany, and Tyler Tuesday, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, Beach, Crazy for You, BGWG, 420, Dr. Bugswell, Purple Thumb OG, Antro, Centimiglia, Antro, Just Space 420, Beach Coast Grower 420, Sir Howell, Trade Alone, Keep It Real, Habits 420, Sub Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BT, Double D, Rose, Fingers, Green Puppet Man, Alex, Work Chef, Cephalog, School and Crop, Colors I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy, Man, Miranda Family Farms, Page Farms, Me All Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, Dude, Sailbound, Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary James, Ben Gardens, Dreamer 77 Double D, Bad Bunny, Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs, Miss from 619, Mr. Spaniard, Kruger Jones of the Grove, Pop G Grows, Raz, Amy, Joe Grows, Cass, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Med Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Stony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. Nolan, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Oil, Jason ISO, P. Win, David Colby, Mason 662, Scruggy Nick, Scruggerton the Fourth, The Goddess Rose, Kaylee, Chad Brad, Van Farms, Polly P, Bjorg, Eric Ferguson, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UGA, Green Tree Hunter, Green Kush, Joshua Seasland, Organic Home Blood, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Wood, Kelly Stone, that is, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, Dan the Indoor Man, Gromy Omies, Hamilton Grows, Clip Smoke, Keystone Camouflage, PA, Big High, 710, Eugene Greenlee, Ace Drew, Hustle, Fred Darn, Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Grow, No Sellout, Jesse Weiss, Scott Zane, Yeti, Noinsburg, Genetic, Sosa, Jay, Dixon, Robin, Killer 8, Mo, James Buttercream, C Dub, NorCal, The Farm Seed, Seabag, Deadhead, C Monkey, 616, Curtis Mayhead, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dora, Antenna Seeds, Fabcarious, K, Mike Rubles, the Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moo, Popco 719, Bake with Shake, baby. Old Smoke, PWC, Grow Buds. Floor Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport, Honcho, Grown Floor Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Seeds, Goliath Grower, Richard T. Chrissy, Whistler, Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. Pip Jam, McBodie Face, D. Conley, Show Me Sasquatch. Fuck Google and you. I'm going well, baby. Canadian Restore, Forward Dirt Farmer, Power White, Zephyr, Humble Farms, Tannery Farm, Seldom Seed, Oak Park Gardens, Hell 9782, Skunk Packs. Personal Artist 2012, Micro Slave Hefner, Danny McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucking Thomas, Ranger Coach of Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champion, Bobby Living Means. Trench Digger, Mr. Mac, Tony like Glowing, Bill S, Mr. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, Here on Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray, 420, Teeny, 101, Big Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Bud, Bearded B-Man, Farm 616, All Up Night, Max Scrooby, Ruby, Timothy McKimmons, Neil, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Valley, Real Jester, Steel, Kimbit, Steel 3, Turf Farmer, Jennifer Steel, Pinbits, or Carlitos, Latinos, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolf Seed, Firesaw, Wally Wookie, Goddess Bob, White Feather Grows, Burning Truth, Tone Grows, Dave, Caveman Grows, PX Gunner 81, Smith, Dude, Noob, Taylor, Noob, Sean McCann, J Monks, Date, Agenda, Wawa, Cannon Grove, all the Huron, Cannabis Council, List Paris, Rock Band, Justice Swing, 420 Ben Press Grove, Ivy, Herbs, High Boy, your mailman grows, we be growing, Australian grown, love for the plants, Argo American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest, Surf Crab, Micro Group, Jeff Lowenfeld, Smokius, Groves, Dank, Brownies, Dan D, Elliott Harkins, Mystic, Flavor, The Foraging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle Seed, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green, 514, Million Jensen, Hollis, Indica, Dr. MJ Coker, Brandon Ross, Matthew Gates, Steve's Bags, Jones, Stars, Atlas Willie, Dink, Yoda, Sure Bro, Grows, Clackamas, 2 DJ Conley, Aaron the Grow, late 1978, Michigan Grow, Buds, Your Boy, Roadrunner, Delta 9, Jake McDaniels, Clackamas 420, Sinky Colas, Dylan Steinfeld, PFC Farms, Husky Guard, Sun Grown 707, J8, Grow 4J420, Cascadian, Grow. 4 Plants 8, Weedwords, Captain Strong, Skunky Buns, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, Augusta Tempe, Annie N, D, Urge, Green Junior, Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11 Bindu Buds, Michael Rossi, Plenty, or Michael Rossick Rose, 311 Mix Up, and Kinder Gross, Evergreen Hayes, G Friends Tree, MMJ, Matt S. Ball, Dragonfly Beef, Justin Meds, Travis Wells, Lucky Mike, CL, Chronic Seeds, King Michael, King Chronic, Titan from Blasco Seeds, Django Gas, Vassal for Life, John Smith, Tommy Trico, Poker King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Rose, Spiky Pilot, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Steelbird, Indo 11, Sesame Reed, Shark Pulley 989, Bob Brown, Simon Garden, Stoner Nation 420, Joe White Bugs 1313, Grower, Katie Lady, Frank Group, J Myers, Mid, The Chat, Mr. Randy D, Drag Seed, Dr. DGC, Jeff Turner 911, Dutch Rose 420, Scallywag 420, but Skillbo 1, Medgrower 1, Empire Breeding Grove for Rolly, Lost Week, Thea Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Louis Chester, Smoking with Small Town 10 Mass, Mr. Lazy, Raptor Road, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, George Michigan Ford, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 8 Rudy Prospects, Kenna Bus Driver, Hayden Life, Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T Ben, Root Nut 619, Hammered E-Nails, Dr. Scrambles, VB Moonrocks, DHF, Double J, Bio Greens, Self Grower 56, Tank 0420 OG. KP, Ganjanana, Yo Mama Georgia, Joe, Roy Rodriguez, B Groy, Nature's Best Nug, Killer B Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420. It's Dr. Uso Live 420, Bully 4 Life, the Jeffro 420, Beavis 698, Dr. Franklin Moody. Goddamn, I make Ted's test. I like this one too. Terrific Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock, 420, 420, Boom Farm, Charlie Farms, 420, Aldridge 25, Mr. Smiley's Gardens was in the house. He's the Smoke Bro Frazier, Rokoski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Fall 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagsy, Joe Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ganja Snaps, JTE, Grows A, Rick Wolf, DLB 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pep 420, Cam Shooter, Brian Cat 420, we light up again, Tim, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, Devon Shipwreck, Medical MJ, Bugsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Date Man Dan, Date Man 420, Red Sun Farms, Good Luck, Joni Bell, Cheats B, Most Hated Growers, Major General 420, The American One, W Digger 714, Sarates, Kineos, Genetics, Mountain Skies, ready to hit that hot fire. Chris Mertz was in check tonight. Ian Save Robbie Sargent Live. Pepper Faith Cam, Finger Lakes Finest, Ridge Pat, Dozer Mood, Southern BT Grower. Chris Merchant Pass still works, brother, by the way. Choose Medical, Jerry Bear, +1 Mushroom, Secret City Pioneers, My Little Tent, 2042, Spacewalker, Tristan, Free Mum, T. Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T1, East Coast Will, Heidi Delay, Galactic Gardens, John Smith, Elliptis, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest Seas, Ross, Kaya, Paul, Lemon, Holco, Trent, Digger, Indians, Juicy Light, Richard 420, Grant Manuel, Mary Bond, Sammy Sizzle, 81, 9-inch Colas, Chris Lou, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, Kai Brew, Cannon Nation, J Wires, Wild Bobby, Sean Bitch, Rescue Roadside, LLC, Notorious Thugs, Magma Seeds. I gotta watch your episode. Sorry, brother, I missed it. Father and Son Trimming Tutorials, Dub T Doe, Dub D Dank, Jose Martin Perez, Dog of the Hut, 420, Buck Chiba Man, for GR 420 videos. I'm sorry, I missed your video with Magma Seeds. I have to go back and check it out. Detroit River Rat, Lewis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Every Day, Cheddar Bob 13, Maine, Grower 420, Cookies Coop, Jay Kendricks in for the grill. Backwoods All Good, Sally Mansell, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Root, Ganja Roach, Kazoo, Aaron Burnett Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln Sinking Angel Studios, MG 420, Grochat, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Dinkovich, Fibro Flower, Paulie P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Rich Ricardo Sosa, excuse me, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Dan Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Be, the Misfit for Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Stoner Baker, MD, Stony Creek, Russ Sonic, Burns Sweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man Hermit Hash, Freebird, Mogrower, Madigar, Simple Man, Survival Time, Tim Blank, Golf Coast, Chronic, Saint Fat, Cavalier, Padaro. I know I fucked that up. Sorry, Cavalier. Harley Grower, Jen God, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island Hayes, Scuba Steve Speaks, JR Ream, Randy K, TCDR, Killer Killian, Wardrobe Barney, Randy Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Boog with 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom B, Puffer Smiles, 15 digits, Michigan Gaja, Mooch Ass, Fred C, Super Bob. So it seems. Grosky 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style, Organic Zippy, I Medic 31, Honesty, K-Hell, Me All Flower, Brent Boog, Todd Kendricks, Newton's, KNT, Chris D, True Sear, Bowtowns, Faux Natty Dreads, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Clab Loca, Albert Trendy, Mo Manic Mids, Raz Benchy, Helen, Hugh, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, High Flyer 420, Lobster Brush Bro, Mother Tree Maine, Red Pill, Yo Boy, Road Boy, Aesthetic Shannon, Gimmons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, the 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pill 710 again, Cannabis Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, After Aspect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Love, El Mando 420, surrounded by Keith Ferrari Farms, French Weather, Single Father's Happiness Without Guilt, Daniel Forbes, David Pimenta, Before People, Nicotine, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffer Man, Daniel B, Bunk B, Dungley, sorry about that, James Chung, Sarge Grows 818, John Wing, Carolina Root, Sister Golden Hair, Deanna L, Dank Reno, K and F Gardens, Blank 1030, choose one, only feet, Farmer James Crypto Dope, HIP Grower, Matt Javine, Dan Marino, Maine, Chronic Wonders, Sunrise Grows, Top Floor Genetics, Small Vision, Can 2 Cannabis, Jess Fisher, my dog Nelia, Rooster, Alex Hardy, Hardy Gear, Benny Cropper, Daniel Gross Photos, Mitten Grown, Sun Grows, Lexi, Brittany, Coob, my baby girls, Let No Limit 916, Grumpy Toad, Alchemist, and Canna Minx, Soilborn Addiction. Skip ad, please. Where did I leave off? Soilborn Addiction, wherever you are on this list. Right there. Ross, Alex D, Dirty Org, Catfish, High Power, Dan D, Propagation Daniel, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Lisa Marie, Sarge Grows 818, Blaze Daily Pride, Piper, Perpetual Eagle Pride Warrior, Sales, Sarah Smiles Forward, you, Frank Usada, The Dink, Duchess, Kino, Kelly, Maxwell, Captain 420, Sinkfet, What About Bob, Illjester, Pops Rooms, John Gorski, John Doe, Dugan Gangsta, THC4, THC4 PTSD. Sorry, brother. T. Barrington, Honcho Grown, Swamp Camp, Palero, Canabinka, Best of Because, Jen Doe, Mr. Randy D. Canifari, Bulb 20, AB Normal, Frank Guerrero, Bare Feet, J. Brent 74, CK, Bound Guy 420, Pachyderm 420, Burning Tree, Maine, EA, Gray Sun, Road 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp with Gigi, Jamie Ream, Supreme Grape, Sony Rockefeller will be here tonight at 11:30. Thank you, Sony. I'm looking forward to it greatly. I'll put out something. Caveman Cannabis, Spruce Synthetics, Wine Sustainable. Man, them attacks can be brutal, brother. Take a lot out of that body. Get some rest. Caesar's Arnold Joe. Midnight Roots, Dead Cynic, Knuckles, Michael P, Paulie B, Quick B, Nimble, Paul, Bud, Kilowatts, Michael D, 0889, Disbanded Brothers, Mycelia, Matt, Joseph, Grace, Medicine RX, Chief and Chief Hydro Daily, Concerned American Cannabis 41, Freedom of Speech, Dr. Joinsworth, These Trees, Ganja, Sudoku, 710 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Victoria Badoch. What about Bob, Scared Garden, Gus Rose, Slick Rip 8, Dog Pounds, Dave in Seattle, Armolf, I know Ed Wren, Maine, Grower MN, Grown, Uncle Elmer, Off Grid Trip, Terps, sorry about that, Christopher 54. Oh man, this is a new one. Lar Predator. I know I'm fucking that up. Matthew, SoCal, Sioux, Illinois, Man Beaters, Dark Horse Genetics, of course, Jinx Proof. I'm looking for my pen. Where's my fucking pen? Jinx Proof was a year ago today. I don't know why he's not on there. I think he is, honestly. He should be. Just in case it's on the list now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know I have. I love hanging out with you guys. Little notes. You guys know the deal. This is the end of your routine. Please do something nice for somebody. If this is the beginning of your day, have an amazing day. But most of all, please do try to do something nice for somebody. Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Even if it isn't a hand, just a word, helping word. You look nice. Can I get that door? Having a bad day. Something positive. Just, you know what to do. Random acts of kindness do save lives, guys. Gals. Everybody. You guys have a great day. I'll see you tonight with Sony Rockefeller. 11:30. That's a lot. That can happen. You guys have a great